Jaret Goes to the Movies is a free podcast made possible by Rich's lack of a social life, as well as our amazing supporters. For as little as $1 a month, you can access tons of extra content each week. Visit JaretGoesToTheMovies.com and click Support Us. Enjoy the show.
Hello, everybody. I'm Jaret Reddick. And this is a podcast. Jaret Goes to the Movies. Hopefully you have seen or heard one of my many musical endeavors. And if you have, then you know how much I love movies. This is movie commentary with no movie knowledge. This podcast is me and my friend Rich talking about movies that we like. But my name's on it because I'm famous. This is Jaret Goes to the Movies. Still. Okay, we're starting now. I mean, if anybody was on a roll with soundtracks, maybe Bryan Adams had more, because he got all the Robin Hoods and like the Love ones or whatever.
He did okay, yeah.
And Glenn Frey had Beverly Hills Cop, right? But Kenny Loggins, dude, I think this one could be one of the greatest written for a movie songs ever.
Yeah. And
then he did Footloose.
Danger Zone.
How the fuck? He did Danger Zone. Like, this guy is, like, it's insane. Did I ever tell you that when I went to go see Footloose, I bought the album on the way out of the movie theater? There's a Record Town right across the hall from the theater. And I got home and I just danced. I danced, and my brother walked in and just died laughing. Like, what are you doing?
Gymnastics too.
And, yeah, I mean, my room wasn't terribly big, and you know, I had like that 70s bedroom furniture, so like you could barely get in there. You know, it's like for some reason I had a desk and two dressers and shit. You know what I mean? And like the bookshelf that go off your dresser,
right, exactly.
Huge headboard.
Yep.
So like, I mean, you couldn't even fucking get in my room, but I managed to dance, and it is amazing how my brother walking in on things like that stick in my brain. Like, there's no... I mean, I could literally still feel exactly the way that I felt when that happened. But Kenny Loggins, man, I mean, he's like fucking Loggins and Messiah or whatever, and then he was just like, fuck it. I'm going to just write this... I'm going to write so many theme songs that people will eventually have a thing called the internet and use my name to get on it.
Loggins.
Yeah, Loggins. Yeah.
Oh. So I thought this was Lindsey Buckingham. I don't know why I got it in my head. And I looked up because I was got to get the song.
Play it again.
Clip.
It's just so good.
It's good.
Does it make you want to dance?
It's so, I mean, just
he knows how to write a song.
This fucking gopher dance. It's like my dad at a wedding. You know, like just like the arms up and that. This is awesome. I can't wait till video comes out and I can like do the gopher dance and shit. Hi everybody. I forgot about you guys. My name is Jaret. This is a podcast. It's called Jaret Goes to the Movies. With me, as always, is Rich.
Hey.
How are you today, man?
I'm great.
We've had a banner week together.
Yeah, it's been a fun week.
I played at the KVGI grand opening, and for those of you who are listening to us on KVGI, there's a shout out to you guys. I know we come on every Friday.
Every Friday at 2 and 10.
Yes, and I mean they've been such huge supporters of us, and honestly, we don't really do much in return because you know we're doing our show and they're playing it. So I was happy to be able to be a part of their ribbon cutting at their new location. We got to see the studios, and we got a lot of free beer. And, you know, it was great. I mean, the crowd was amazing. It was just as you can imagine me at a ribbon cutting.
My favorite part is you had this big carpet around the stage, like around where you were playing, and it went out almost like a dance floor area.
Yeah.
And no one would step on the carpet. Right. They would step around the carpet.
Yeah, it's
like it was your stage. Yeah. No one should touch that thing.
It's a psychological thing, man. You know,
it's hilarious.
It's just like I think I would have probably set me up a little differently. I think I would have been not facing sideways. I would have been facing back into the room.
Yeah. Yeah.
If anyone comes close, Jaret just goes, get back.
Yeah. I really did have a fantastic time, and but I will say that my comedy was first of all, it was fucking stellar that night.
We were laughing,
but I mean, I think I might have come across as some people as not wanting to be there, I told Mark, the owner of the station, I'm just fucking around. I mean, like if nobody's paying attention to me, I'm basically entertaining myself, and then I see my friends and my wife laugh. So then that makes it just go further, and then it's like, I wonder what they think I won't fucking say.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then you guys all remember, oh, he'll fucking say anything.
Anything.
And then you do.
And then I do. But Byron Nelson had a sculpture there, and it was great fun.
That was hilarious.
Hey, then that's funny, because we're talking about Caddyshack this week.
Oh, yeah.
And Byron Nelson is a golfer. Did you know that?
I did know that.
Name 3 other golfers.
Tiger Woods.
That's a good one.
Arnold Palmer.
Good. And
Jack Nicholson. Jack Nicklaus.
Actor Nicholas. Yeah.
Nicholas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got
that
it,
was
though.
so
Jack
close.
Nicholson might golf. You don't know.
I'm
I
certain
do
that
the
he
same
does.
thing. I always mix the names.
Yeah, I always do.
Those 2.
I knew I was going to get it wrong.
Didn't somebody just did that on the fucking actually on the morning show that my kids listen to on the way to school?
They said Jack Nicholson too.
They did, because they were talking about how Tiger Woods' shoulder is hurt or whatever, and he's like having to go into some rehab and get some surgery or whatever. And so then they start talking about how, well, athletes, they don't get like a long run or whatever, like that. And people fucking play golf into their fucking 80s. Yeah. We have a thing called, like, they literally have a tour where it's just
seniors,
old people. They just fucking, you gotta go. This is
professional
pasture.
Old person.
It's actually
tour.
like putting them out to pasture, but they get paid. Right. Like it's not, it's like, I mean, it's the only sport where, like, just the older you get, like, the more people really want to fucking come watch you. It's
the NFL should do that. That'd be awesome.
Ooh. Yeah.
There is a viral. Where am I? There's a viral video.
Where am I?
There's a viral video that's going around from, like, one of the Hall of Fame games, and they let this really, really old man run a touchdown or whatever, and they're black. And I mean, it's the fucking cutest thing you've ever seen. But there's something about old men. They just become cute, right?
I
mean, that's why I love
think
you.
you're really cute, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're cute. Well, welcome to your own show, Rich. This is Jaret Goes to the Movies with my name on it. The lovely Casey is here.
Hello.
Casey is my wife. Oh, wait, I didn't finish talking about our night, but Casey was a part of it. Then we went with our friends Mark and Bonnie, Papa 3 to my kids,
right,
and Bonnie. We went to Ace's bar, where Casey and I have been going a little bit more and more because we basically know the entire staff. And I don't know, it's like our Cheers, kind of. Right. It's becoming that. But we karaoke'd like the wind.
Like the wind.
And we had so much fucking fun. And I told...
Well, set up the atmosphere, because we walk in and it's just a bunch of people playing poker.
Yes.
And don't care about the musician that's currently on stage. You weren't there when he was playing.
I wasn't. No.
There was the one man just playing guitar deal, or he was just singing cover tunes.
Right. So I had to. You guys went straight from the event to the bar.
Right.
I had to go get Emma from dance, take her all the way home, and then come all the way back.
Right.
So you guys got quite a head start on me. I was super proud of my wife for not. She should have been off the fucking stool by then, and like she was holding it together like
I
a
drank
chain.
water till he got there, so he could take care of me whenever I was a mess.
Right.
And
Yeah,
not
that
you
was
guys.
amazing. But you're right. But see, it's almost always like that. A lot of times we'll walk in and they're not even having karaoke, and we walk through the door and they're like, "Fuck it, karaoke!" You know, and they just open it up.
Well, they were playing poker, not caring about anything that was going on that part of the restaurant.
Right.
We started doing karaoke. You're doing stand up comedy on there. I'm laughing my ass off. They're just playing poker.
Yeah.
Like nothing's happening.
And I'm doing jokes to and for them,
right?
But it becomes funnier that they're not listening.
Exactly.
I'm offending old ladies.
Yeah.
And then you do Pantera Cemetery Gates.
Yeah.
And I'm going, this is the most awesome thing that's ever happened ever. This song is like the best song ever, and no one is paying attention. I'm freaking out.
We had so much fun. And I told Casey, I said, This is crazy. You know that Rich is actually fun to be around. I never fucking knew that. I mean, we've known each other for what, a couple of years now? A couple of 3 years?
Yeah, it's because when I come to your parties, I try not to be a crazy person at your party. I just stand out of the way and let you do your thing.
Well, I think I'm going to let you hang out with us.
Unless it involves costumes, then you're all in.
Oh, yeah, dude. You nailed the fucking costume thing. You nailed Halloween, Christmas last year.
True. Yeah.
Christmas last year was banner. I mean, Casey, please post a picture on Facebook of him in his
for the
Christmas
third
outfit.
or fourth time.
I don't care. I don't know. Anyway, he has amazing calves. But anyway, we had a great time, and then today we did a photo shoot for Zoe, who is Rich's daughter. She's been on the program before.
On the 51st Dates episode, she sang one of her songs.
And she's just so talented, and I fucking have said 1,000 times I would never get back into management, and then I fucking somehow get dragged back into this.
She's really good. I'd buy her album.
Well, hopefully you will be able to do that very soon. But we did a great photo shoot here at the house with her and Will Von Bolton. Oh my God, it's crazy.
Ridiculous.
Casey did her hair. Will Von Bolton, great friend of mine and all of my bands I'm in and shit. So yeah, we're having a fucking full week.
Yeah.
Okay, so the lovely Casey is here. Kitty Corner Will is here. The Golden Boy, the King of Sting.
Hey.
Is here this week, which we're glad about. He's officially, I think Rich officially said it tonight. He's like, he did it. Like, it's like.
Did I make it?
Well, the official fourth member.
We were like a three-piece band.
I fucking made it.
Well, first y'all were a duo.
We were a duo. Couldn't keep you out of here.
No, I had a lot to say. I just didn't have a microphone.
then Will came over. And like by the second time, I'm like, we've got to keep him. Like he's the fucking best. And so Will is. I think it's been official for a long time, but he is officially the fourth member.
Thanks, guys.
Of the Jaret Goes to the Movies
Or
thing.
the Flippin' Beatles.
We are not putting anybody else's name in the show title.
The fourth unpaid member of this podcast.
It's not going to be Jaret, Rich, Casey, and Will go to the movies?
No.
It's very rewarding in the heart, though.
It's got to be. Plus, it gives you something to do, which is I know why you're here.
Unless you move to Seattle.
You guys are my friends.
Now, last night we had a barn burner of a party. I didn't know that we were going to a party. Casey and I were supposed to go to some fashion thing, and a babysitter didn't work out. So we go over to the cul-de-sac where her parents live, and fucking insanity happens over there. It's crazy. I mean, like if one neighbor's leaving, 5 more come. And I mean, I had beer, I had some scotch, I had a White Russian, I had some red wine. Like, have you guys had one of these White Russians?
Yeah, Caucasian, delicious.
Oh my God, they're so good.
Yeah, okay. I don't like coffee flavored stuff.
It's not coffee flavored.
It's got.
It's not
Kahlua in it.
I did not know that. Yeah. I don't like coffee flavored
it's
stuff.
Vodka,
either.
Kahlua, and half and half.
What the fuck am I drinking?
I actually used to only drink White Russians until I realized that was not helping me drink underage in bars. I needed to just say, "What do you have on draft?"
Yeah.
So I wasn't so obvious.
That makes a lot of sense. When I was, I did drink for, I don't know, a few months when I was like late high school, early college. Most people who know me know that I didn't really drink until I was like 26, but I've fucking made up for it since then. But I used to order these things called Brandy Alexanders because they taste like chocolate milk. And because I'm such a pussy. I mean, like anything else. My toenails are painted, for Christ's sake.
I agree.
Yeah, it's like the only time you get carded is if you ask for a White Russian or a Long Island iced tea.
Well, that's probably true, too. All right, so this party turns into, and Casey and I said, Casey and I love our neighborhood, but it seems like every time we go to other people's get-togethers at their neighborhood, we're like, man, fuck, they got some kick-ass people in their neighborhood.
Story of my life.
You know, is that the thing?
Ugh.
Nobody came to Rich's neighborhood party, remember?
Oh my God, I know. I fucking hate that. I really do hate that story. Yeah, this is bad. He like invited all of his neighbors to like a housewarming party because he just moved in, and not one fucking person came.
Just him and his ex-wife and a bag of chips.
It was a huge party because all my friends came, but it's like,
I didn't know that part of the story. That changes everything.
No.
I thought you were sitting there by yourself with a fucking bag of pretzels.
That's what I always thought too.
Son of a bitch. That changes everything.
That story's not even good. We did that with New Year's Eve. Nobody came to our party.
We did. Yeah, we had. That was anyway. So we're in the cul-de-sac last night, and it turns into barn burner. We start talking about the podcast, and so my in-laws' neighbor John Hinkle is here, and it just so turns out Caddyshack is his favorite movie. So give it up for John, his first time on the show. Welcome,
thank you,
sir. I feel like here's the thing, and I feel like I would be this way too, but I don't. If I were him, I'd be like, "What the fuck have I gotten myself into?" But welcome, and seriously, so they ended up.
Apparently, lots of talk about masturbation based on the pre-show.
Well, you guys.
I missed that.
Well, welcome to, and thankfully, John likes dogs because Allie is all up in his shit. Well, welcome to the program, ladies and gentlemen, and I do want to thank all of our listeners. I mean, the support now is just it's snowballing. It's out of control. If you can, go leave us a good review. Tell a friend. I mean, this is the most fun thing that we do. And it's just, I'm just so glad that everybody's enjoying it. This is freaking like episode, 60 something?
No, 67.
Wow.
Insane.
I feel like we just did 50.
We're almost to 69.
Absolutely crazy. All right. Later on, we're going to talk to David Dooley, who is one of our supporters. And
before you get started, I want you to guess who you think this new listener is that we have that texted me about the show.
And I know who they are?
I think you would know, yeah. All right, here's the text I got. Your podcasts are the funniest shit in the world, LOL. That part about Grandma saying my name wrong had me crying.
That part about Grandma saying my name wrong
had me crying.
Had me crying. The problem. Okay, you obviously know what the problem is, right? Because I don't remember this. So I don't remember anything I say. It fucking happens to me all the time. And like, this is, it's not just this, it's not alcohol, it's
all the
just,
time.
I fucking don't remember.
It's my son, apparently, is now listening. Remember we were talking about my mom? My mom says his name
yes,
wrong.
that's right. He calls him
says Kristen.
Kristen.
So yeah, he texted me the other day. I'm like, oh crap, are you listening to the show? And he was like, yeah, I listen to all of them. I'm like,
oh boy. Yeah.
No!
Which one was he talking about? Just in general?
Well, he had heard that one,
Yeah.
which was the 50 Shades of Grey, which.
But yeah, y'all invited my dad to that one. Now you know how I feel.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Freaking Dennis sitting over there, like, what
Dennis
are you
was
doing
like,
tonight? Like talking about bondage and spanking.
Jaret's opening a bid.
I'm glad that Christian is listening. Christian,
Hi, Christian.
Who is a musician.
He is.
And was rapping for a while, but now he's like playing guitar and doing like.
Well, he started playing drums.
Okay.
But he got serious in guitar and he got serious in piano. And he's singing, so he could play drums, piano, guitar, and sing.
You got some talented kids, man. I mean, that's awesome.
He just hadn't done it in a while, and then he got into rap, and now all he likes is rap stuff.
Yeah.
So I wish he would get back into playing guitar and doing singer-songwriter stuff because he was so good at it.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I mean, maybe this podcast is just what he needs to get him into that.
Any chance of a brother-sister act?
I actually texted him the other night and said, if Jaret wants...
We talked about it a little bit, yeah. I mean, I would like her to have someone that she can count on that's there to back her up,
Right.
to be that.
And they live in the same house, so they could practice all the time.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm confused about all of that shit. But, I mean, like
they both live with their mom.
Yeah.
My job is just to make sure that she looks amazing and is always supported by some, so I would love it if that's a thing, but
if it works out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. I want to thank our new supporters. We do have a Patreon site. A lot of people don't like crowdfunding, and that's because you're a fucking asshole. It's really the only way that you can monetize some things like this, like
Startups.
a podcast or whatever, startups, things like that. And the podcast isn't free to do. And Rich spends a lot of hours on this show, and we don't take a dime from this. Everything just gets invested right back in the show. So if you've thought about going to patreon.com and searching for Jaret Goes to the Movies in the past, maybe this is the week. If not, that's fine too. The show will always be free. But again, like I said, go give us a good review. Tell a friend. New supporters. $5 supporter is Megan Norwood. Thanks, Megan. We got a new guy named Mark Ryan. Now he has access. He's a $10 supporter, so he has access to over 80 hours of extra content and gets to join us on the monthly Google Hangouts, which is awesome. And we got a new producer, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for Greg Haskell, who is a new $20 supporter and a new producer. We love our producers, and Nigel Watson is killing it as a supporter. He went from $5 to $20 to become our newest producer. That's another producer. Okay, speaking of contributions, we're now at $683 a month. That is $67 per month away from me having to fucking write a song with Rich and document the process. I'm not looking forward to that at all. I mean, I'm a Grammy-nominated songwriter.
And Rich is an asshole.
And Rich is an asshole. Thank you, baby. She really is my best friend.
I know.
Our executive producers, let's thank them. David Murray, Ashley C., Sheila Ray Wonder, Wendy Croft, David Dooley, who we'll hear from later in the show, Diane Small, Big Chris Whitehead, Lucy Murray, Rodon James. I still haven't emailed you back. I'm sorry, dude. Anyways,
Oh my gosh.
GoldenBlowBand.com, Lisa Winslow, Go Steelers, Sean, back, give it up now, new Joel Robinson, Nigel Watson, and Greg Pascal, the new guy. Do we think it's Pascal or Paschal?
I don't know.
It's spelled P-A-S-C-H-A-L-L.
Pichelle?
Could be. Paschal.
If he cared, he would have spelled it phonetically.
Well, there you go. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're talking about the great movie Caddyshack from 1980. I was 8 years old. Yeah. Casey was 10 years away from being born.
Good year.
Yeah.
I was 7.
Good stuff. Caddyshack, here's what it's about. An executive golf course has to deal with a brash new member and a destructive dancing gopher. Okay, obviously I'm not putting this on the wall of great synopses.
No,
I do think, however, though, that Rich has an alternate synopsis.
I do.
Okay, let's hear it.
Caddyshack.
Yeah.
At a poorly run golf course in Nebraska, one member actually gives a shit that a fun new visitor tries to liven the place up. The cast of SNL stops by to not give a rat's ass about this movie either.
What? Oh boy, I think we might be in for it tonight, guys. The director is Harold Ramis, who we have talked about so many times on this show. I mean, he's obviously a Ghostbuster. He's Bill Murray's sidekick in Stripes. He is in, I mean, the Dewey Cox Story. I mean, just so many fucking great movies, and a lot of people probably don't know that most of the stuff he did was behind the camera. I mean, it was much less in front. But
This was his directorial
Debut.
was it?
I
Yeah.
can't speak.
Well, I mean, and obviously
Tang and rum.
Tang and rum. We'll get into that in a minute. Writers Brian Doyle Murray, who we also talk about a lot during this podcast. It's Bill Murray's brother. He's also the head of the caddies in this movie. You would know him from being Chevy Chase's boss in Christmas Vacation that gets kidnapped. He's the arcade owner in Wayne's World. He's the guy who holds up the gopher in Groundhog Day. Maybe he doesn't hold him up, but he's the guy that does the talking.
Yeah.
So many movies this guy's in as just like a B character actor, but
Tons of voice work.
Tons, yeah.
He's like Mr. Crab in
That's right.
SpongeBob,
Yeah,
right?
that's right.
Captain Knuckles in Flapjack.
Harold Ramis is also one of the writers, and then who we just talked about, and then Douglas Kinney, who isn't even highlighted. So apparently, we don't give two fucking shits about him.
That's right.
I'm sure he probably just fucking wrote a word and got a third.
Right.
Like he was just like, wait, well let's make the fucking exchange student pregnant. It'll be the best part of the movie. And they're like,
He probably donated all the golf carts and just wanted to credit somewhere.
there's no golf carts. That's why they have caddies.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It's called Caddyshack. And if you fucking take that out of this podcast,
No, I thought about that. I was like, oh, they don't have golf carts.
I will shoot you in the face. The stars of this movie are Chevy Chase, who is awesome in this movie. I mean, he's great.
He kills it.
I remember him being such a lesser character, I think, because all of my focus was always on Ted Knight, Rodney Dangerfield, and Bill Murray. But he's an intricate part of this. And, we've talked about him quite a few times. We've done a few of his movies.
He was an afterthought in the movie.
Really?
So they had already had everything written, and the studio told them that they had to have a heavy hitter, and so they got Chevy for that.
Interesting. Rodney Dangerfield is also in the movie. Bill Murray is in this movie. We've it's funny how much he comes up. I heard myself say some shit about him and about how just his rise to just being this fucking this status that he has now.
Yeah.
And I was fucking dead on, by the way.
Yeah.
In that rant. Yeah, I was fucking dead on.
So you were making it up when you were saying it,
Yeah.
but then when you listened back, you were like, holy crap, I was dead on.
That is exactly what happened. In no way were those my actual thoughts that I'd fucking like put together over
that's called
time.
Drunk genius.
Yeah, that was. I swear to God, I fucking had no idea what I was gonna say when I even brought up examples like, "How about Lost in Translation and fucking Zombieland and shit?" And you guys were all like, "Yeah, fuck, yeah, this is amazing," or whatever. Totally just rattling that shit off. And I listened back to it. And I'm like, "God damn, I'm a fucking genius." But it is true. I mean, like
We've been trying to tell you.
He's gotten to this just level of insanity, man, and it's nutty.
Who can turn the world on with her smile? Who can take a nothing day and suddenly make it all seem worthwhile? Well, it's you, girl, and you should know it. With each glance and every little movement you show it. Love is all around, no need to waste it. You can have a town, why don't you take it? You're gonna make it after all.
So I wasn't even thinking about the fact that Ted Knight was on the Mary Tyler Moore show, and we just lost Mary Tyler Moore a few weeks ago, and so I dug this song out of my fucking ass. Like we recorded this song in like 2004, and it's like on some album that never came out.
Yeah, for those of us that don't know what the song is.
What's that?
What's it called?
What is this song?
This is the theme song to the Mary Tyler Moore show.
Of course, I knew that. I'm just saying, for those that didn't know it.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
I don't think I ever really watched Mailer Tyler. I didn't watch that show.
It was a great show.
Ted Knight, fantastic actor, comedian, or whatever. He used to have this show called Too Close for Comfort.
Yeah, I used to watch it all the time.
I loved that show.
Yeah, it was great. The girls were so hot.
The girls were hot, and then Jim J. Bullock was on there, and he was hilarious. Mm-hmm. As he is.
Concur.
Is this his last film?
I don't know.
I think so.
Is it? Maybe. I will say this. He is the movie to me. Like, he's who I think about when I think Caddyshack. Him or Bill Murray.
I think of Mr. Hanky.
What? Oh, yeah. Howdy-ho, Kyle. Gosh, you smell nice and flowery. Okay, Michael O'Keefe plays Danny Noonan.
I think he holds the whole movie together. I don't think there is a movie without Ted Knight.
Well, he's the whole point of the movie.
I mean,
Are we back on Ted Knight now? Because I fucking tried to bait you into saying that just now.
I was drinking some of beer.
Okay, because you fucking and I'm just like, he fucking carries the movie. You don't say shit. Nobody says anything. Will's fucking talking about him dying over here and shit. I'm thinking about. I thought that was
he absolutely is the backbone.
He is
to the movie.
the movie.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing is just that character is something, and you hate him.
Chevy and Bill are just icing. I mean, he's the backbone. He's the acting structure of the movie.
Definitely.
It's certainly not Danny.
Well, I was trying to think, what is the point of this movie? Like,
what
is this movie about?
There's no plot.
Yeah, the plot is this kid wants to go to college, and to get to college, he has to kiss this judge's ass. That's what the movie's about.
That's
which
correct.
is not much of a plot.
No.
And bang his niece.
I think in the 80s, I think you could have movies like that where they were hodgepodges of these funny little bits, and the story is almost secondary.
My dad is back in town. He just flew in from London yesterday. I picked him up from the airport, and he's flying to California to meet my mom on Monday. So everyone knows that whole saga. So he's walking around doing laundry and stuff behind me as I'm taking notes for Caddyshack this morning. Did you
mention your laundry to him?
No. My dad would not do my laundry, even if I begged him to do the laundry. So he's walking behind me, and he goes, "Hey, is that Caddyshack? I love that movie." And then he'd walk by, I'd hear him laugh at one of the punchlines, and I'm just sitting there taking notes. He loves the movie, and I think in that time period, I agree, like, the movie evolution wasn't as far along as it now. Like, this movie would tank.
You couldn't make this movie now.
This movie would tank as is with the same characters, but with a modern, but the same movie.
Millennials couldn't hang with this.
No, it's way too slow between punchlines and stuff, and there's no plot at all.
No.
And I think you got to have some kind of
It's just one goofy setup to the next.
Right.
Well, I think you do have. I mean,
that was my only beef about the movie.
Let's say this though. I think there is plots. I mean, again, I think you have the kid whose parents want him to go to college, and he doesn't know what he wants to do with his life. But then he works at this country club, and there's this judge who fucking is like the head cheese of all of this, and you're right. There's not a fucking plot.
I would like to say that I am a millennial.
Yeah.
And I liked it.
There's not really a lot that happens. I mean, and again, what's funny is Casey and I didn't finish the movie, not for the normal reason, but because she did the opposite of what she usually does. She fell asleep, and we had to watch the end of it this evening. And Rich was already here because we were doing this Zoe photo shoot. And as I'm sitting there watching this, it's pretty much the last 20 minutes is what we had to do. And it's basically the end scene where they're doing the golf tournament thing or whatever. And it's just fucking nothing is happening.
Nothing.
There is just nothing. I mean, it's not even like they don't really even pause to try to make you laugh for a minute. It's just like 80s music and golf swings and shit.
Right.
I mean,
but Rich got to experience our movie watching experience from our house.
That's true. Why don't you describe that for the listeners?
Fucking hell.
So trying to watch a movie in our house, what's that like, Rich? Seriously.
Yeah, I can't hear anything because everyone's yelling. The dogs are whimpering at the door. And then you guys are sitting there not moving. People are asking you questions. And I'm going crazy.
It's a cacophony of
I'm like,
chaos.
somebody get the kids on an activity. I don't really care. I'm just thinking, okay, if this was my house, this is what I'd be doing.
That was our kids with an activity.
But I mean, you guys are this is your everyday. So I mean, it's different than me enjoying silence in my house all the time.
We're
coming into this, right? Yeah.
Mostly
I want you to go watch a movie at Will's house, and we can compare.
It is.
I'm sure it's just like my house.
It's just tranquil blissfulness.
Their house, though, you just walk into Will's house.
Immaculate.
It's like sitting in the waiting room before you get a massage.
It is.
You just automatically feel that, though.
Right.
You walk in there, just like this feeling comes up. You're like, oh man, I just want to sit here for a while.
You can hear your heartbeat.
Yeah.
Even the dogs are quiet. They're just like, hello. They just look at you. Like, our dogs are like, ah!
So
when anybody comes over.
The movie is based around the Danny Noonan character, played by Michael O'Keefe. Now, we just finished Sneaky Pete on Amazon. And he plays Detective Winslow on that. Has anybody watched Sneaky Pete?
No, I'm 3 episodes in. He's the dirty cop.
The dirty cop.
Yeah.
The bad eye.
And I mean, but then I sort of went back and looked at the other shit that he's done, and I forgot about there was a movie called The Slugger's Wife that happened in like the late 80s that was really big. I think it's Rebecca De Mornay.
Did he ever fix his teeth?
And him.
She got hotter the older she got.
Dude, like a fine wine. Are you kidding? It's fucking insane.
Hot.
I know. It's just ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
How can you get hotter than Risky Business?
She does. She manages to do it.
She does.
It's fucking actually, I'll tell you how. She was better looking in The Hand That Rocked the Cradle. And you get to see her boobies a lot more because she's nursing somebody else's baby.
She's in the movie Identity with John Cusack. At the motel. It's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
The
ending was a little meh.
No, I thought the whole thing was perfect. She's in that as an older lady, and oh my god, she was insanely hot.
She fine.
She fine.
Honey, who is it?
That's your nephew.
What are we running, a restaurant? Did you get out yesterday?
Yes, twice. Caddy for Pie Web in the morning, and I had doubles in the afternoon.
How much is that?
It's about $30 plus tips.
Well, put it in the college fund. It's like a 3-year-old. You have to tell him every time he gets money in his pocket.
I feel like this is being super nitpicky, but I feel like I'm the casting director and I'm watching this scene and that dad starts talking in that fucking voice and just I'm like, I made a mistake. I fucked up. You know what? We're gonna need to write this guy a check for his. Let him go by craft services on the way out and get him the fuck out of here. Just bring me anybody. Bring me the Grip. Let's let the Grip play the dad.
I felt that way about the older blonde daughter. You just think you're cool.
Oh, yeah. Danny saw me naked.
No, the other one.
Oh, the other one. You just
I wonder if they were like producers' kids and
could be.
Yeah,
and why does she have to be standing there like in her panties and shit? Like, who does that?
because
Why do you
real
have
life.
one bathroom with a two-story house?
Yeah, and
all
what is
that
happening
stuff?
in the scene?
Yes. Well, let's explore this.
Catholicism is happening in this house.
Yeah, there's too many fucking kids.
Yeah.
We don't do this anymore. I don't think. Nobody has this memory. I posted something about this on Facebook, and it ended up not well.
Catholics aren't allowed to have contraception, so they have lots of kids.
No, I understand that.
Are they Catholic? Is that what we're saying, or do we just
I
don't know?
guess.
Okay, here's the thing. I think usually you don't get into this kind of situation until the kids start having kids. But this guy is about to have a kid and then not have a kid or whatever. So, what the fuck are all these kids doing there?
They have a lot of kids.
Jesus Christ!
I don't know. Maybe it was cut out that
some of them were cousins and
Well,
shit.
maybe they were pointing out the nephew because
Yeah.
they were showing, they're not all
There's
kids.
just a bunch of kids here. Here's the thing, but why restaurant? Wouldn't you say hotel? Like, what am I running a Motel 6?
That's a lot of sugar he's putting on this cereal. And does anyone eat cereal anymore? Is that a thing?
I'm
You
gonna be
eat cereal?
weird.
It's like the worst thing for you ever.
We're newly eating cereal again, but
Why?
like,
No, not to be healthy. He's eating like Raisin Bran. I'm eating like
I eat Raisin Bran.
frosted
Makes me have good
Rice
poop.
Krispies.
And it's for
Raisin
dinner
Bran
now.
isn't
It's not
bad.
breakfast.
Raisin Bran isn't bad for you.
It's got sugar.
No. You get the total Raisin Bran. There's
you're
no
getting
sugar
no sugar
added.
total
No
Raisin.
sugar added.
All right.
It's delicious, and there's bran in there and
right.
Eating
fiber.
crunchy dry stuff and milk is just good.
I don't do like the Kellogg's with all the sugar. To me, that's ridiculous.
I eat Kellogg's.
You take drugs, Danny?
Every day.
Good. So what's the problem?
I don't know. Did you have to take that cooter preference test when you were a senior in high school?
Oh, yeah, I took it. They said I should be a fire watcher. What are you supposed to be?
An underachiever. I gotta go to college. I gotta.
Danny, this isn't Russia. Is this Russia? This isn't Russia, is it?
Nah.
I don't think so. No, the thing is really, do you want to go to college?
In Nebraska? Besides, it costs like $8,000 a year.
Hold on, Danny. I think I let you, $250 yesterday? I can't foot the bill for everything around here. Let's not ask for money.
It's just that my dad, Hank, he can't afford it. I haven't even told him about the scholarship I didn't get. I'm gonna end up working in a lumber yard the rest of my life.
What's wrong with lumber? I own 2 lumber yards.
I notice you don't spend too much time there.
Not sure where they are.
I'm not sure where they are. First of all, the opening line of this scene. You do drugs, Danny? Every day. Good. You know, that is just so, like, their timing, they fucking had it down, man. These two were locked in.
This movie would not have been good at all if Chevy wasn't in it.
This was the first time I've ever found Chevy Chase attractive.
Yeah,
Oh,
I was
interesting.
noticing he was like
He's got
cut.
some arm things
Yeah.
going on and some things and stuff.
He was working
Right.
out.
Well,
for
I mean,
him.
he was a leading man at this point.
I just never got it.
He made you feel the lady feels?
Not all of them, but like a couple.
This guy, but he was doing like,
I mean, he didn't have giant pectorals or anything, but his
I don't-
arms
well, I don't-
looked
That's
good.
not my thing anyway.
Yeah,
this
Me
is
either.
1980.
Yeah, this is like SNL, right?
yeah.
Yeah, and he was only on for one season, and I mean, but he's about to start doing like Modern Problems and the Invisible Man and that shit. Well, anyway, I do have to 100% agree with you, and I don't think that I
So the
thought that
studio,
before today.
we talked about it in the pre-show. The
Yeah.
studio forced them to get someone else to be like a heavy hitter, or somebody more famous than anyone else in the film, and I think they wanted Chevy, and then they got Chevy, and
Right.
I think it was a good call, a very good call.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about Chevy Chase is the stuff under the breath. It's those.
Yeah,
those.
it's him
Not
riffing.
that people don't say that about you that you know of. I mean, like, it's those kind of things where it's like he doesn't really get to do that in the vacation movies.
Right.
It's
But
more
at the same time, everything he says there is freaking gold too.
amazing, absolutely amazing. I mean,
Fletch is incredible.
Fletch is the best.
So let's talk about it. We did a fan vote for 4 Chevy Chase movies.
And I was surprised that and that's what I get. I think that's what I'm trying to say. I was surprised that you consider this a Chevy Chase movie because
It wasn't that I considered it a Chevy Chase movie. It was just a really, really popular movie that Chevy Chase was in and is sort of known for also.
Right. Yeah. I mean, because watching it this time, I get it. But before, I was just like, oh, yeah, that's that Bill Murray movie, and it's got the, it's...
See, I never considered it a Bill Murray movie. I always considered it be Chevy Chase more than Bill Murray.
Yeah.
I thought Bill Murray was more ancillary than Chevy Chase was.
Interesting. Because, I mean, like, just the whole thing with the gopher.
Tied it in with Bill Murray.
Yeah.
I
And,
thought it was the Gophers movie.
yeah. Well, there you go. So fucking Jim Henson fucking wins again,
So anyway, the vote was Fletch, Caddyshack, Three Amigos, and Spies Like Us.
Right. Which we will eventually do all of those.
There's no Vacation for number 5?
Well, we've already done.
We've already
done 2.
Okay,
we've
sorry.
done Christmas Vacation and
podcast.
Hey, I'm just a guest. First time.
So, yeah, I was a little surprised. I've seen Fletch enough to know that there are way more
quotes,
jokes in Fletch that are killer than in Caddyshack.
But the thing about Fletch is,
and
I'm so surprised to
huge
even
plot.
hear. I'm surprised to even hear you say that, and here's why. Because to me, Fletch seems like one of those movies you might hate.
No, Fletch was my favorite movie of all time. I'd name my dog Fletch.
Every fucking line that he says in that movie.
My fucking dog's name was Fletch.
Yeah. Every line in that movie is funny. And it's just, I mean, it's every single thing that he says.
Yeah.
Can I borrow your towel for a sec? My car just hit a water buffalo. You know, I mean,
it's amazing. And it has a plot. Because there's the whole...
It's a mystery.
It's a mystery.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that was the other thing. Whereas I was like, wow, this really pales... And I'm sorry, John, this is your favorite movie. But I felt like, plot-wise, it falls short to Fletch. And then it didn't even have as many one-liner jokes that kill like I think Fletch does.
Well, I also
and I am not dogging... I love Caddyshack. It's got a warm place in my heart. I'm not saying it's a shitty movie at all. I just felt like it didn't hold up as well in today's standards. That's all.
I think you have to also understand the time, though. I mean, this is a movie in 1980.
No, and that's exactly what I'm saying.
And a lot, as John was saying earlier, he brought up that, you know, like, how many movies happened, from here, between here and like 88, whatever, here and 90, like, and, you know, where comedy went and just movies as a whole over that. I mean, that decade has to be the greatest in movie history. It has to be. I mean, now obviously we're into these big and
there's got to be some kind of, you know, you go to school for making movies. They have to talk about how there was a boom in the 80s because of some reason. Theaters were more ubiquitous or something in small towns or something happened to where they were like, boom.
Well, I mean, I think one thing you could say is that, you know, you're booming, you're peaking, there's no piracy. They had all the money. They could do with whatever the fuck they wanted.
Yeah, it's kind of like the music industry before.
Exactly. Yeah, 100%.
And it was SNL, too. SNL at that time came, and the comedies boomed after that.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And so many of those movies have SNL people in them. You know, these movies that we are doing on this podcast. But yeah, I mean, I to me, definitely, as I was watching, I was like, man, there's so much funny shit in this. I don't want to bag on this movie at all because it's so many people's favorite, but it's definitely not as like roll around fucking funny as I remember it being. Right. And there's just a lot of
and that's all I'm saying.
Big spaces. There's a lot of spaces.
Yeah, that's my only point on it.
Finish! Sir, do you know what I just saw? No, sir. A gopher! Gopher! Where? Do you know what gophers can do to a golf course? Why, sir, I think they're tunneling in from that construction site over yonder.
Jaret Construction Company?
I'll slap an injunction on them so fast it'll make their head spin. You better get rid of those gophers, or I'll be looking for a new greenskeeper. Is that clear? Oh, aye, sir. Very clear, sir. I'll put my best mind on it.
Ted Knight is so fucking good. I mean, he makes you hate him, and he's perfect. He's just this guy. You just believe that he's this judge.
I don't know if you could act. I don't know if he could have done that character better.
No, agreed.
It was great.
I thought
just
every single move
all the time.
Yes, exactly. He's mad all the time. Nothing is ever right. Like even like fucking just walking into a room, you know, he's fucking pissed off.
I have a question. Why is he's a judge?
Yeah.
Is he also running the golf course?
It's not his golf course. The guy that runs the golf course is always like, "Oh, we're so sorry.
Yeah,
we're gonna take care of it."
Is he just like the?
I think he just politically he's the head guy in the town.
Okay.
Well, it's a country club, so probably the way that it works, or at least worked back then, you probably have these board. You have these elected board members because he has an office there.
Yeah, that's what couldn't figure out. I'm like, you're a judge. Why do you have an office at the country club?
So obviously, you know that makes
sense. Yeah, that's got to be some kind of a board.
So he walks up to Bill Murray and he's like, I want you to kill all the golfers. And he's just like, sir, if I kill all the golfers, they're going to lock me up and throw away the key. And that's our introduction to Bill Murray.
That was greatness.
Which is just absolutely fucking great, you know, and then, you know, obviously.
I love that the gopher is a puppet.
Yeah.
I think that was they probably didn't have a choice back then.
No, actually, they wanted to have a real gopher, but they couldn't get it to work. It didn't work out, so they had to figure out this puppet, and it was all on a soundstage when they did the puppet.
The puppet was genius. I bet Bill Murray would have preferred a puppet on Groundhog Day.
Yeah, right.
Because he got bit
not get
by
bit
the
so
real,
much. Yeah.
real groundhog.
The gopher comes out of this movie as the biggest star. I mean, the gopher is still something you see in stores, and I'm all right, and he's fucking dancing and shit.
Look,
it's still a thing.
If they redid this movie, I'm not saying they should. I'm just saying if they redid this movie, I would still want the gopher to be a puppet.
Yeah.
Not a CGI gopher.
There's a sequel to this movie.
Oh,
and
that's the worst
it's
ever.
Terrible.
By the way.
Is the gopher in it? I've seen it, but I must have blocked it out because I don't remember.
I don't remember it being so bad that I don't know. I
it's
can't remember.
terrible.
It was
Been a
ranked
while.
the worst ever.
Yeah, it's really, really bad.
Hey.
What's up, dude?
Too much. How are you?
I'm great. Everything seems to be fine. So you know what time it is, guys? Actually, I jumped the gun. I should have asked you first. Did you watch the movie Caddyshack this week?
Of course. I watched it with the boys and the whole crew. It was. I've probably seen it. I don't know how many times over the years. That's one of my old favorites.
Yeah. Did the boys actually make it through?
Yeah, they made it. Well, we had to watch it over 2 nights because we started it too late on a school night.
Yeah.
But they all stuck with it and wanted to watch it again. Daniel kept saying, "That's where you get all these sayings."
Yeah.
So I didn't realize I said that many things from the movie, but apparently I did.
There's a bunch of them in this one. Some of these movies that I haven't seen in 15 years, but 20 years, whatever. But 20 years ago, I could quote it verbatim, and like it watched a certain way to me back then, and now it's just different. And I don't know if it's because I'm watching it for work or what. Maybe that's part of it. But
this isn't work. You think this is work?
I like to call this work.
That's how he justifies it. Don't fuck this up for me.
Yeah. Exactly.
You're doing a good job at work.
Thanks, man. Until a year ago, we started this podcast. I would have never sat down in the middle of the day and watched television. That would never have happened, ever. And like now I find myself going, oh, fuck, I've got to sit down and watch this movie. I mean, it's Wednesday at 11 o'clock in the afternoon. I guess I'll just curl up with the 3 dogs and see what happens. And then my wife. And we usually only make it about halfway through the movie, too. And then we come back and watch it like an hour later.
Oh, an hour.
Yeah, well,
nice.
I mean, sometimes we fall asleep.
Because you have to pick up the kids or something?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. All right, David Dooley, you know the score. I don't even have to say the rules anymore. Everybody knows it. You're going to get 5 questions from me, 1 question from Rich. If you get all 6 of the 5 questions right, you will win your spot on the plaque of love that nobody will ever see, ever. You've made it on there before. We do not give bonus points anymore because the bar has been set too high, and so the maximum score now
on 5 questions
is 6. Okay.
Very well.
Yep. So here we go. Question number 1, and this is a very tough one, and it is centered into the movie. How much does a Coke cost now in the movie Caddyshack?
I believe he upped it to 50 cents.
50 cents is correct. I would have also accepted 50 cent.
If you could find him.
If I could find him. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Is he missing?
No, that's what you always say every time you bring it up.
What?
That's your running gag.
What is?
You could do 50 cent if you could find him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I did 50 cent. I probably think that up every single time because I don't even know that it's
done it multiple times.
That is fucking.
He's like, I nailed it this time.
God, I am so good off the cuff.
You've been doing the same jokes every episode.
You're like an old grandpa telling the same joke every week.
Oh, that's amazing. All right. Question number 2. Not sure where his girlfriend in the movie is from, but holy fucking shit, is she annoying? True or false?
That's true.
That is true. Absolutely. No, you don't. No, you don't. Oh, that's all I need. I was like, she was doing an impression of Bill Murray. You know, like so
worst
bad.
part of the movie.
Yeah.
Well, I read somewhere they cut it or they didn't explain it. She's an exchange student from Ireland.
Okay.
Question number 3. So far, you're 2 for 2, David Dooley, and that has only happened about 100% of the time we've ever done 5 questions. So you're doing fantastic. Question number 3. The 2 people most unlikely to have the longest scene in the movie together actually had a feud in real life, and it may have actually been going on during the filming of this movie. Wow. Can you name those 2 actors?
Well, it'd have to be Chevy Chase and Bill Murray.
That is correct. Absolutely correct. All right, question number 4. These questions are actually hard, by the way, and you are knocking it out of the park. The name of the snorkeler that finds the duty is...
The snorkeler, that's Spaulding.
Spaulding is correct. My God, this may be the hardest 5 questions ever. Very good. Spaulding!
He's a true fan.
I would have got that one wrong.
Yeah.
I was off.
All right, you've done it. Question number 5. Here we go. After his meeting with the judge in his office about the scholarship and the judge trying to get information about Ty from Danny Noonan, Danny is offered what soft drink?
Fresca.
How about a Fresca? Oh. That is correct. Absolutely. Here is Rich with your 6th and final question of the 5 questions.
All right, Dave Dooley. If you had to remove one of the 4 comedians out of the movie, Ted Knight, Rodney Dangerfield, Bill Murray, or Chevy Chase, because you are over budget, which one would you take out?
Can you repeat the question? No, just for my benefit. Like, I just want to know which... I'm not fucking with you at all.
You're the producer. You're over budget.
Okay.
You have to take out one of the stars.
Okay.
You take out Ted Knight, Rodney Dangerfield, Chevy Chase, or Bill Murray in the rewrite.
Man.
And that depends on... Well, I'd say if I had to pick one of the 4, I probably would take Ted Knight, but I don't want to take any of the 4. But Ted Knight's my answer.
Okay.
All right. The good thing is, yeah, that was a matter of opinion. I'm interested to know which one you would have taken out.
I probably would have had to taken out Bill Murray just because it was a smaller part that wasn't super integral. I mean, Ted Knight, the whole movie was Ted Knight.
Okay, I agree. Ted Knight. I think Chevy Chase, that character was important. And what's funny is I don't really even remember him being the face of the movie. I thought his part was way smaller, and maybe it is now. But I feel like Bill Murray is very intricate to the whole thing.
The other one would be Rodney Dangerfield,
and I think you
maybe put a Chevy Chase into that spot.
I honestly think you could lose Rodney Dangerfield in this movie,
and Ty could be the antagonist.
Or you could find somebody else. I mean, you know,
no, you don't have the money.
Okay, you don't have the money. I think you have a better movie with Bill Murray, Ted Knight, and Chevy Chase than you do with any 2 of those in Rodney Dangerfield. Because Rodney Dangerfield's great, but he's a terrible actor. Like half the lines he said, he delivered them wrong. You know what I mean? Like if it was a line where he had to say it.
Well, he's just doing his act.
Exactly. Yeah. But if it was something where he had to say it to be so that it carried the story, it's all fucked up. Like he's saying he's accenting the wrong words and shit. You know. But I mean, that's who he is.
His only point of the movie is he makes the bet.
True, yeah.
Yeah, well, and he drives Ted Knight absolutely crazy.
So I agree.
Chevy
could have done. Yeah.
Okay, David Dooley, we're going to go do this podcast. Tell Randy we hope she gets to feeling better, and tell the boys hello.
Will do. Likewise. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, man. Take care. Bye.
So we finish 18, and he's going to stiff me. And I say, hey, Lama, hey, how about a little something, for the effort, And he says, there won't be any money. But when you die, on your deathbed, you will receive total consciousness. So I got that going for me, which is nice.
So just the pitchfork. I mean, the pitchfork in general is so fucking amazing because it's just up to this kid's throat. And it's like, what is the reason for this? But fucking funny every time.
100% improvised, yeah.
My God. So that's the thing about Bill Murray is in all of those scenes where he's improvising a lot, you get little tidbits every time you watch it that you didn't get before.
And like his character is hilarious. You're captivated by his character. Everything he's saying is funny, but it's not laugh out loud funny.
Right.
It's silent, your jaws drop. That's hilarious, but I'm not going to... Chevy, I was guffawing at. Like, I didn't guffaw at anything that Bill said, but I love the character.
You would think his character, the way he talks, I mean, he could have got typecasted after this.
Oh, sure.
But he adjusted, because after this, my expectation was, where's Carl? Where's Carl? You know, I love Carl. How come he's not Carl?
People do fucking love Carl, man. Oh, hey, Carl. Carl's the fucking best.
It'd be like poor Napoleon Dynamite, you know?
Oh, that poor guy. And he even got a fucking Will Ferrell movie and couldn't fucking dig out of it. Which one was it? He was in Blades of Glory.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah,
it's hilarious.
That movie makes me cry laughing, but you can't get him out of the...
Is that him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The blonde.
But he'll always be Napoleon Dynamite.
Always.
Yeah, poor guy. Possibly my favorite scene in the movie is the Havocans. I fucking love Mr. and Mrs. Havocan.
It's a peach, hon.
Yeah, that's a peach, hon. Yeah. By golly, I'm hot today.
Been a lot of complaints already. Fooling around on the course, bad language, smoking grass, poor caddying. So if you guys want to get fired, want to be replaced by golf carts, just keep it up. All right, one announcement. Carl Lipbaum died last week in summer school from a severe anxiety attack.
I heard he swallowed his vomit during a test.
However it happened, he was a good caddy and a good kid.
He was a brown-nosed, Lou. You hated him.
Shut up. That means the caddy scholarship is available again, and anyone who's interested should go see Judge Smales.
And kiss his ass.
That would help.
This is one of the few times where I see Brian Doyle Murray doing a monologue like this, and he sounds like his brother. Like, I've never really thought they sounded alike or anything, or their delivery was similar. And, you know, they were in the comedy groups in Chicago together, so I'm sure a lot of their actions and whatnot are the same. But he sounds like him.
Well, again, he looks completely different than he does in every other movie.
Yeah, he's young here, man.
And did you see how thin he is?
And very thin, yeah. Unfortunately, he didn't get Bill Murray's metabolism.
No.
Why is he a Doyle Murray and Bill?
Because he's a half brother. Oh, I meant to bring this up. He's not a full brother. He's a half brother.
That's crazy.
They share a mom or something.
And they both look just like their fucking mom.
Well, and there's a bunch of boys, and most of them are overweight. Like. Yeah. And so Bill Murray is like the one that like fucking he did it.
Bill Murray's not underweight.
He's not heavy. You know that he's
older now.
He's also really, really tall. Did you know that? Like
he wasn't in the greatest shape in Stripes, which was right in his heyday.
I don't know. He was in pretty fucking good shape, dude.
I think.
Do you know how many push-ups he had to do in that movie? Like, I mean, I saw it. I counted like 100.
He did. He did a lot of push-ups.
Yeah, I saw him do it.
No second.
He fucking climbed over a wall. I saw him. He drove a tank. That's the fact, Jack. He said that in the movie.
He did say that.
Yeah, he's fucking.
He's grown hair over the years.
He said. He said the black guys help the white guys.
What did he say?
Todd, what did you shoot today?
Oh, I don't keep score, Judge.
Oh, well, how do you measure yourself with other golfers?
By height.
You know, you should play with Dr. Beeper and myself. I mean, he's been club champion for 3 years running, and I'm no slouch myself.
Don't sell yourself short, Judge. You're a tremendous slouch.
Dr. Beeper.
That's fucking great.
That has to have been like a common gag with doctors at this time period. The whole beeper thing, the doctor and the beeper thing. Did that even register with you, Casey? Yeah.
Yeah, my brother had a beeper. My mom never let me have one. I'm still kind of mad about it.
Doctors still have beepers.
Yeah.
Beepers?
Yes.
Pagers, yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
Because they're not around certain equipment. I don't think they're allowed to have their cell phones. It's different technology.
Is that why Liz Lemon's boyfriend is the pager king of New York?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What did I just miss?
30 Rock.
30 Rock.
Oh, got it. So, talking about Ted Knight being angry all the time, he walks into the fucking clubhouse. They're playing Goldfish, and he just looks at him and goes, "Don't you people have homes?" And it's like, that's actually in a country club. A lot of people don't know this. I was a member of a country club for a while.
Did you say they were playing Goldfish?
Yeah, they were playing Goldfish.
Goldfish.
Oh, I call it Goldfish. I call it Goldfish. I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't know. But they were playing it. And
emphasize the fit. It's go fish.
Do you know what that room is called at a country club?
The goldfish room?
Nope. It's called the card room.
Okay.
They're supposed to be in there playing cards. That's the thing. Like they have this room at country clubs where men are only allowed in there.
Right.
Because it's in the locker room and you can go in there and it just essentially you can play poker or cards or whatever and shit and people bring you iced tea.
You know what they put in the women's bathrooms?
Tampons.
A kitchen?
Hairspray.
Oh, we have hairspray and they're in the thing too.
It's super sexist still.
You know, hair dryers and all that kind of shit.
Isn't it legal to gamble in a country club because it's private?
It's illegal, yes.
Oh, illegal.
Oh, wait, is it legal? Oh, you're saying it's legal
because it's a private
club.
Okay.
Yeah, but is it legal to this is an interesting point. Is it legal to gamble in your own home? Like, for example, you and I can have a poker party at my house.
It's not legal to sodomize in your own home.
That's
Depends
true.
on what state you're in.
Right.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Are we in the sodomy state?
Yeah, at this movie's time, it wasn't.
Yeah, in this state, you can't sodomize, I don't believe.
We had this really cool room at the country club I was a member of growing up where they would put me and my friends, whenever we came for dinner, away from everybody else.
Because of all the sodomy?
No. Just because we looked funny.
Oh, okay.
It was a really cool room, like behind a door in like a dark corner. That's where we ate dinner.
Well, Jesus Christ. I mean, like earlier on the show, we were talking about somebody getting fingered, and now apparently we're doing sodomy.
We're not doing sodomy.
What is sodomy?
No, I know what it is.
What is it?
It's where you put your TT in the butt.
No, it's anything in the butt.
Oh, anything in the butt.
Yeah.
I did not know.
So what is fellatio then? I think they put that as sodomy too, don't they?
No, fellatio is sucking of the penis.
I understand that, but I think they group that into the sodomy law.
Man,
you couldn't do that either. That was considered sodomy.
Really?
I think so.
I don't think so. I think sodomy's up the butt.
I could be way wrong.
I think it's just butt stuff.
I know it was that. Also.
They should have just put butt stuff in the law.
But I think back then they just considered anything that was
it should just be like one of those like just a circle, big red circle. It says like butt stuff, the line through it.
Butt stuff.
Everybody would have understood.
And that's not something that you're supposed to do, right? Like you're not supposed to put things in somebody's bum.
Is that what Casey tells you?
It's in the book.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We've discussed it. I mean, I actually have a song about this. If you guys would like to hear it.
Not about my butt.
No, not about your butt.
Whose butt?
That's the next album.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, hold on. I'm going to play you guys a song. This will be worth the wait. Hold on. Well, what I was going to say is Jaret has a song called DVB. And the chorus is, don't put the D in the V if it's been in the B. It's an educational song.
That can give you a bacterial infection.
Exactly. It's educational. So
how come I see them do it all the time?
Everybody should do
it. Yeah. They all already have bacterial infections.
Yeah. That's exactly
you don't think I just assume that they do like a big colonic or something and they clean it all out.
Jaret's probably just an enema.
I've never been interested in the butt stuff.
What did I say?
Like colonic. Any butt stuff at all?
No.
Isn't even that like a medical thing?
No.
You don't even like finger the ring of it or
no,
like put your tongue on there every once in a while? No. Nothing? No. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the appeal is. I think it's most of the time
I don't have
just to see if you can fucking get away with it. Like
it's all taboo.
That's the thing is like I used to say you should never fuck anybody in the butt if you really love them.
You're like, oh shit, my chocolate got in your peanut butter.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But it's white chocolate. What? I'm sorry. That was fucking... I don't even know where that went. Yeah, that was...
Don't look to me for...
Yeah, I don't know. The peanut butter's white, I guess, because we're... Chocolate? What's happening? Oh, it's got to be your bowl. That's what it is. Okay. Sorry.
Music is a violation of my personal privacy. He's breaking the law.
Really? I've always been fascinated with the law, sir.
Oh, really? What areas?
Oh, all areas. Personal privacy, noise statutes. I plan to go to law school after I graduated, but looks like my folks won't have enough money to put me through college.
Well, the world needs ditch diggers, too.
Nice try.
Now,
Lacy underall.
One of the things that...
Lacy no bra.
Yeah. Oh, my God. They're just out there.
If my niece showed up wearing that, go put on a bra or...
a camisole.
I'm sorry. You can burn your bra, but wear something that's not see-through.
They know, though, that she has a reputation.
I'm saying if I'm Ted Knight's character.
Right.
go put a fucking bra on.
What's her reputation?
She apparently is overly friendly in the New York area.
From New York, yeah.
She's a slutty New Yorker.
She likes the pine in her vajayjay.
Right, we just talked about it.
But we can't call girls slutty anymore.
What? And we can't tell them to put on bras?
But it was
That's
fine.
a thing?
No, this is 1980. It was okay.
Hey, she holds up today.
Well,
she still looks good?
She does hold up.
She holds up.
Absolutely. She looks actually, I wouldn't say better now, but just as good now.
By the way, that is 2 people now that you've said look better older, and you don't like older chicks.
He keeps saying that.
I feel like you're growing.
No.
Stop saying I keep saying things.
Both my
older
wives
girls-
were older than me.
Older girls don't make you grow?
And I always watch MILF porn. I don't watch teen
I watch
porn.
MILF porn too.
I told you this. You just ignore it.
That's amazing. Actually, Casey says I watch methy MILF porn.
He likes methy old ladies getting banged by black guys.
Oh, like
I don't like
they
methy
look like
ladies.
they take
Well,
methamphetamine?
I just like them to look normal. I don't like...
That's not normal.
No, it's not normal.
Actually, to be honest,
There's
I'm from
some
Wichita
times,
Falls,
I've,
Texas. Methy is fucking normal.
I've been to your hometown, actually. I do know that is true.
That's earwax burning girl, right?
Yeah, there's been times where I'm like, he never deletes his search history. I guess I'll try to relate to him and see what's going on. I'm like, oh, God.
I like a woman to look like a woman.
I don't like a woman to look like my grandma.
So let's just talk about the niece
Not that
nipples.
she-
I mean, like,
she's
I liked
beautiful,
them.
but, like, I wanna see her getting
I
banged
liked
by a
them
black
through the
guy.
shirt, but I liked them better later when we got to see them for real.
Yeah, I agree. Do you like, and let's pretend Casey just doesn't exist.
Why? Because I wouldn't fucking say whatever you're going to ask
I don't
me
know.
anyway.
I don't know. I'm just saying, do you like your woman to dress provocatively in public, like at a party or going out? Like, I don't. Like, if I don't
Hypothetically,
I don't tell my ladies what to wear ever, but if I had my preference, it would be conservatively dressed, not like turtleneck. Let's not get crazy, but I'm saying not showing the boobies so much.
I want Simone to wear whatever she thinks she's comfortable in.
No, stop.
Nope,
Yes.
that's exactly what I was going to say.
No,
Yeah, you're
stop.
an
Hold on.
asshole.
Hold on.
No.
Wait, hold on.
Stop.
Hold on. Now, this question has gone on too
I
long.
had already prefaced that
let
she
me
can wear
answer
whatever
it.
you want, but if it was my preference...
Let me answer the question.
Okay.
I want her, if it's a thing where she's supposed to dress up, I want her to feel sexy if that's what she wants to feel, but I want her to be comfortable. Like, I mean, because I think I would want that for me too. You know, like, because sometimes dressing out of your element is, like you were, you remember that time that you had to take heavy metal pictures? You were so uncomfortable.
And you were shirtless with a vest.
Right. No, but you're
Please
saying
tell me
this
that.
to me as if I want her to wear...
No.
So
I'm
she
just
is
answering. I'm
uncomfortable,
answering the question.
So she looks sexy. I'm saying I would prefer her not to look overly sexy at a social event with other people where they have to talk to her, especially at this fucking golf.
No
thing with
matter
her boobs
where, no matter where I go, no matter where.
However,
hold on. No
I'm not done.
matter where I go, people tell Casey how pretty she is.
Okay.
Literally fucking everywhere we go. They comment on her hair. They comment on how pretty she is. Literally everywhere we go. And I know that makes her feel good, so it makes me feel good.
I was raised, though, by a woman, and it's kind of funny. You'd think I would have gone the other route. I wear a lot of, my whole life. No matter what my, body image was or my self-esteem was, I've always liked to wear a lot of clothes. I like sleeves. I like shirts. I like to be covered. But I was raised by, a woman who essentially told me, what kind of necklace should I wear with this dress, Mom? And she would go, well, I mean, the best necklace is cleavage, so just, get lower neckline. I'd be like, oh, I feel fat today. She'd be like, here, wear this shirt. It's like, bam, plunging neckline. And so, but she also taught me that if you can't rock it with confidence, you don't rock it. Mm-hmm. So, if I had to, if I wore a dress that was a little more low cut and I'm constantly tugging at it, she'd be like, you can't wear that. You don't look comfortable. You don't feel comfortable. I'm just not comfortable with it. But I think if I decided to, I went to a wedding and I wore a pretty low cut dress. Mm-hmm. And I didn't feel bad, so it was fine. But it's not something I would wear on a regular basis.
Rich, I gotta apologize because I teed that one right up to piss you off.
I know. I think you did. That did not escape me.
Simone's super modest. She would never.
So my point is,
well, she had no boobies though.
But I've also gone to parties in Deep Ellum wearing nothing but underwear. So
I like
what are you
this
gonna
guy
do?
already.
I don't know. There's boobies there.
I like this guy.
I mean, there's no cleavage to show there. I mean, that's why she had to wear that.
tight.
No,
it was that Jennifer
yeah.
Aniston and Friends. Remember, she was all nipples for a whole year.
Oh my god!
I mean, she had to show her nipples because there was nothing else.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, but I like
We
that.
found Rich a friend.
I
You guys are going to be fucking best friends. Did you vote for Trump?
Can I finish my sentence now? All right. So my point is going to a social event where other people have to converse and stand in front of her. Like, why would she be wearing that in front of her uncle? That just seems so.
It's her character. She's very aggressive sexually.
I'm sorry. God, this is killing you right now.
It's killing me.
And this is why I love this video thing that we're going to do.
You can see it killing me.
Because I just need to learn how to point to the. This is why I love this right here. Okay. Oh, it's right there in front of it.
There's a light.
Fucking
Right?
oh, hey. I didn't even know that was there. What?
All right. So at a social gathering or any kind of a social setting where there's other people going to be there, I say dress mostly conservative. I mean, you can show a little cleavage or whatever, but don't go crazy. Now, on a one-on-one date setting where it's me and her going to a restaurant or something like that, then no limits. Dress as sexy as you want because it's me.
You've got to also remember that.
And everyone else in the room is going, holy crap, that dude is with her.
So it's all
you know
about,
what I mean?
So it's all about ownership. I get it. That's super not sexist.
Well, also, aren't those the same thing? Like, what's the difference?
You
It's
can
not. Because
you're on a one-on-one
date.
You're on a one-on-one date, right?
If I go to a wedding, I still feel like I'm on a date with my husband.
It's true.
But you're talking to other people. If we're having dinner together, drinks and dinner together, we're not socializing
You've
with
clearly
other
never been on a
people.
date with us.
Oh, that's there is
very
that.
true.
You also have to remember that Jaret was raised by a woman. His mom is almost 70 years old and can still dress hotter than I could ever pull off on a regular basis.
Yeah, I mean, and she's always dressed to the
she's-
T. Like
but she's gorgeous. But she's never. You can tell she's not ashamed of her body. She's almost 70, like I said, and she can pull off
pretty
anything,
much whatever she wants.
She'll show up in like freaking high waisted skirt and a crop top, and some high heels, and it just looks good on her.
And that's at a
because she
birthday
carries
party
it
at a
with-
fucking rock climbing club.
Yeah, because she carries it with like confidence, so it looks good on her. People always are complimenting like how good she looks.
So I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
You're saying as long as it's me and you, be fucking provocative shit. But you're also saying that
Wear a skirt with a bikini top.
I know,
don't
but
care.
you're
Jaret-
also saying that you notice that people look at her and love. So why wouldn't you want her to feel that same?
Well, again, you guys are trying to pigeonhole me, and I'm forcing her to wear something.
Even after you get married?
Your question was,
Sure.
what do you want them to wear?
No, I'm just saying if it was
like a hijab.
I'm telling you what I'm comfortable with.
All right.
I'm comfortable with in a social setting, not to be flinging your boobies around.
Right. And
Okay.
that's the only way to dress sexy is the flinging your boobies around.
Stop trying to put words in my mouth.
But if you were on a date with Jaret, would you let him throw his tits around?
No.
Rich's body shaming.
I don't even think that applies this
John?
time.
If Lacey No Bra, if she had bigger boobs, would it be any different?
Definitely.
It would.
Yeah, I mean, because I think that there is, like,
You could
again,
literally see her entire boobie through the
agreed,
shirt.
but I think there is a thing where, and I don't think her boobs are small. I mean, they're fucking.
They weren't tiny. I would have been fine with
They're large B cup, right?
I wouldn't say large B cup, maybe B cup.
Okay, well, I've been out of the market on small boobs for quite a while. So
when she laid down backwards, there was still some boob there.
Yeah. So no, I made myself laugh because I knew that my wife would think that was a funny joke, and I fucking forgot what I was going to say. This is where I was going with that. Yeah, like if she had double D's and no bra, like that's a thing. Girls get away with that fucking small boob no bra thing, and it's just
Not
it's
with a see-through shirt.
Well, and in the lens of the times, it was 1980. It's still like
that was kind of the thing. No bra.
It's still 70s free love.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Bra.
Yeah. Did you
Free
ever?
nipples.
You ever watch Three's Company? Because I feel like this is a fucking Three's Company.
Oh, yeah,
never wear bras.
totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Chrissy.
Or it's the show where
wasn't see-through.
Ted Knight, the blonde,
Too close for
Yeah.
comfort.
it was kind of she was the blonde.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, pretty much.
But not see-through. This was see-through. That's a whole different ballgame.
Was it see-through, or were we just seeing her nipples?
And put some Band-Aids on there.
By working with a bunch of beautiful
Casey.
girls.
Band-Aids.
Use Band-Aids, you think?
That's what he said, but maybe that's a thing.
It is a
No,
thing.
they have little stick-ons. I need to
I
get
know,
those.
that's what I
I
said.
hate wearing bras, but I can't stand whatever, because like some fabrics, it doesn't matter. I don't have to wear them. I don't wear them like ever really.
It brushes you.
And
in
then
the right
some
way.
fabrics, like at karaoke, where I was going into like panic attack trying to shove toilet paper into my tank top, it didn't work. Like, you gotta just figure it out.
Thanks for helping me back there. You're a good caddy, something we're very proud of. Hey, do you know we're giving another caddy scholarship this year?
Yes, I heard something about that, sir, but my grades in high school weren't actually that outstanding.
There are more important things than grades. Winning the caddy tournament, for instance. Might look pretty good on a young fella's application.
Well, I'm sure going to try, sir.
This is for you. You tell Ty Webb I'm gunning for him. If he's as good as he says he is, he's got to play me to prove it.
Have you ever thrown your club?
No. I've seen it happen.
Really?
Actually, multiple times. Yeah, I mean, people...
Just get pissed and throw it?
Man, I know you're not a huge fan, but it's a fucking frustrating game. I mean, it's, you've bowled before, right? And like, you go bowl and you fucking have the game of your life and then you play again, right?
Right.
And what happens?
It's terrible.
It's fucking terrible. Golf is so fucking frustrating.
Right.
And the thing is like you learn all this shit, all these fundamentals, and everything gets in your head. There's all these ways that you're supposed to move and do this and this and this, and then it's just...
I promise you, none of that would get in my head.
It seems so easy.
That's
hit a little ball
Yeah.
into a hole,
Yeah.
and you only have 4 shots. No problem.
Be the ball.
No.
As we're talking about, though, he goes, so George Carlin on the sports rant that I talk about all the time, he's just like, golf is the fucking stupidest thing ever. He's like, here's a sport where you just go and you hit this little white ball and then you go after it. It's so fucking spot on. But it is, honestly, to me, and I've told you this before, so because I feel like I have to fucking defend everything I do with you. Honestly, golf to me isn't about playing golf. I mean, it's just about getting outside, having fucking 4 hours of my brain not being my brain.
And drinking beer.
And I do like to have beers every once in a while.
I think we hit the nail.
Yeah, I think you can fucking suck it.
Suck the beer.
Suck the beer.
I'm pretty sure that golf for most people is an excuse to get out of the house, away from the family, and drink beer with their friends for the whole day. And it takes forever, and it's by design like that.
Yeah, and it's fucking fishing, but with no fucking fishing. Yeah.
One of the most memorable scenes in this movie for me as a kid was, when I watched this without permission, was when he threw up in the car after drinking the cigarette.
Oh, yeah.
That stuck with me forever. Anytime I think about drinks and seeing a drink with a cigarette in it, I think about this scene.
Have you ever done it?
Have you ever done it?
No.
Oh, boy,
I've done it.
Me too, a bunch.
Well, you drank Chris's spit cups.
I've drank his spit cuts or spit bottle. But like the thing is we all drink the same beer, and then Chris uses those as his thing. And so if we're all standing around playing pool, it's happened. I mean, and Chris used to smoke, and I had 2 crew guys that smoke, and I've done that a lot. But I mean, the thing about drinking Chris's spit is it goes away pretty quick. That drink of a cigarette, for some reason,
it sticks in your mouth
stays
forever.
with you for a very long time. I don't know why.
It's like you pick it up and like the weight's right. It's like they put it in like a hot one, but still kind of full. So you like take like a drink,
big drink. Yeah.
And there's been times that it's like been sitting in there so long that then like you have like this like black shit in your teeth. It's disgusting.
It's the fucking worst.
It is
Spit's
the worst.
gotta be worse though.
There's something. Well, yeah, that
the
sounds
spit-
slimy.
But I think the spit, you as soon as it hits your lip, it's not beer.
They're like,
but when it's beer with a cigarette, the cigarette, you're gonna drink until you feel the cigarette inside your mouth.
No, it's not like that.
I've
know
had friends
pretty
that
instantly.
dip, and we like at
Give me
somebody's
a freaking
house
cigarette.
playing
Any
video
day.
games, right? Gatorade for a spit cup, Gatorade with Gatorade in it, right? And I watched a boy take this and gulp it down before he realized what happened, and then went and vomited.
Gatorade's probably good.
Let's stop talking about this because it's making me sick.
So
Will's like turning red. And
No.
one of my favorite lines that I just noticed on this one, and I'd never put this one together, was I smell varmint poontang.
Oh my gosh, that caught me off guard too.
And the best kind of
Is
varmint.
that the flavor tang you got?
And
Yeah.
that's
I drank
right.
it all.
Will got the varmint poontang. And you brought this line up earlier, I believe, John. You said Did you not say that you want to make $14 the hard way or whatever he says to? Who said that earlier? It was one of you fuckers.
I didn't do it.
Anyway, he says it to Ted. What's his face's wife? Just like, hey, how you doing there, baby, honey? You want to make $14 the hard way?
Yeah.
What could you possibly say to her that'd be more offensive?
Do you want to make $13 the hard way?
Okay. Nice.
The Zen philosopher Basho once wrote, "A flute with no holes is not a flute, and a donut with no hole is a Danish." He's a funny guy.
Do you prefer donuts or Danishes?
Donuts.
I don't like donuts.
Danish warmed with butter.
Here's the thing. Actually, a donut without a hole is a fucking donut. It's just, you can fucking stick some cream in it.
It's an eclair or
A
something.
Danish is like a completely different thing. Like, they used to have these Danishes, I think it was like McDonald's, and they'd warm that shit up.
Oh, yeah.
With the fruit in the middle.
Yeah. Oh, my God. They would warm that shit up. Fuck, it was good.
My boss sends me 2 Danishes. Is it Danishes? Danish?
Danishai, I believe.
Danishai. Or just Danai. Anyway, he sends me 2 Kringle Danishes every year, raspberry and cream cheese. And literally it's the best thing that's...
For Christmas?
Yeah, every year.
So that's what your Christmas bonus is?
Well, no, but...
It's the Jelly of the Month Club. It's the gift that keeps on giving the whole year long, Clark. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think I'd... okay, so to answer your question, actually, a Danish. Because I think I could eat a Danish. I mean, donuts make my stomach hurt. I don't know what it is.
Donuts make my stomach fat.
The caked or the rised?
Either way. I just don't
Donuts
really...
are so nothing. They're just nothing food. It's like just
that's why you eat it with 5 kolaches.
See, in the suburbs, that's the thing. In the suburbs, parents don't eat donuts. We eat kolaches. So they added that to get the parent money.
Right.
And
that's
essentially,
just a fucking hot dog.
It's a pig in a blanket.
It's just a hot dog.
No, it's got cheese in it. I think for the non-Texans, kolache is basically just a sausage wrapped in a croissant.
Don't act like it's basic. It's better than that.
Well, not a croissant, because it's more of like a roll.
It's a fancy hot dog. It's not.
It's a pig in the blanket, for Christ's sake.
It's not in the donut realm, is what we're
How
getting
can we not
at.
just fucking agree that it's a pig in the blanket?
Well, I'm just saying people like in Europe aren't like kolache with the
Oh, yeah, they're going to be confused by all of it anyway.
Yeah.
But I'm confused about everything there, so it's just fair.
Yeah, that's just it. They don't know what biscuits and gravy is, for Christ's sake. They
My
don't know what
dad
a
and
fucking cookie is.
My dad just got back from London, and he told me why they drive on the wrong side of the road. That's right, UK. I said wrong side of the road. So back in the night's time, you wanted to be on the side when you're passing traffic on the trails as you're riding your horse, holding your sword in your hand or hilt or whatever. And most people were right-handed, you wanted the sword on the side that someone was passing you.
It's the same reason why they designed their castle stairs to spiral in that direction as well.
Oh, really?
Say, I'm having a little party at the yacht club this Sunday. I'm christening my new sloop. What are you doing this Sunday? No plans? Great. How'd you like to mow my lawn? Huh? I figure a college-bound fellow could use a few extra dollars, huh? And when you're finished, why don't you drop by the yacht club?
So, Jaret, you're a rock star.
Yeah.
Have you been on a yacht before?
Yeah.
Can you spell yacht?
YACHT?
Good job.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
I have to
I couldn't do it.
GHT? Is it CHT?
I fucking got it right.
You did.
I'm not a speller.
You've been on one before, Ed. It's a little unfair.
Well, I mean, they don't fucking teach you how to spell it. I mean, I've also been in a restaurant, but I can't spell that.
You have to be able to spell it before you can get on.
I also know that tomorrow is coming. I can't fucking spell that either. You know what I mean? Like, there's fucking things that I can't spell that I do. Tomorrow, restaurant.
I literally could not spell restaurant right now for you.
That one is a tough one.
It is. It's got A's and U's all over the place.
I think about this all the time. Like, how did this language happen? You know, people were just like, I mean, here's the thing. On this deal, we're going to have a silent CH. We'll just pronounce the T.
Well, ours is such a hodgepodge of everything.
Yeah.
February always screws me up because it doesn't sound
worst.
like that.
No, February.
Or Wednesday.
Wednesday used to be a thing for me.
Wednesday.
I had to actually start saying Wednesday.
Yeah.
All right, guys, it's Caddy Day. Caddies are welcome. 1 to 115. They fucking just pile in. And I remember, like, being a kid, you know, again, I'm fucking 8 when this movie came out. And the synchronized swim that happens, I'm just like...
The kid with a shoe on in the pool.
What is happening? What's happening here?
15 minutes.
Oh, my God.
It wouldn't be like this if they gave him a couple of hours. They have 15 minutes.
Right.
That was so funny.
So, you know, again, I guess I'm fucking just off the rails here on the iconic scenes, but Duty! I mean... That is fucking iconic, right? I mean,
that's another weird thing. I didn't realize that this scene was from Caddyshack.
No, this is the scene I always remember.
Yeah, this was definitely an iconic scene from this
So
movie.
the thing was,
I think the synchronized swimming. I always think about that too. The synchronized swimming in the pool.
I remember seeing this for the first time, and I didn't know what a Baby Ruth was. I had never heard of that. Like, I had never seen that candy bar, or I knew what it was.
Fucking
and
amazing.
It obviously looks like a fucking turd, you know.
Yeah.
And then we started getting them for Halloween, and we'd be like, Duty! And put them, you know, just right in there, you know. And then so Bill Murray has the fucking, and they're just, I want the whole pool drained and sanitized. Or whatever.
Hazmat suits on.
Yeah, here it is. No big deal.
Sorry about this mess. Let me just clean up here. Getting ready for the season.
What, duck?
No. Dolphin. Like a drink? Pina colada, perhaps?
Anything. Who's your decorator, Benny Hanna?
No, I brought most of that stuff back with me from Vietnam.
You were in the war?
Oh, no. Homo. Better now, though.
Better now, though.
Unbelievable. I mean, and I think all of us agree that nobody delivers those lines like him. I mean, he's the guy that delivers that, and it's subtle, it's striking, and hilarious.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to use the massage techniques that he was doing.
Yeah,
the jokes with spilling the oil. Oh, spilled the oil.
Sorry.
Oh, Jesus!
Yeah.
And then he slips off the bed. That was gold.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, why have I not been doing this?
I was born to love you.
And his
I was
shot.
born to lick your face. I was born to rub you, but you were born to rub me first.
Daddy, I want you to meet Chuck Schick. He's clerking for me this summer till he passes the bar. Well, see you on deck, Senator.
Well, I'm going to law school too.
Really? You going to Harvard?
No, St. Copius of Northern.
Where?
Hey, Cary Grant. You want to get high?
Wait a minute, I've only got a little.
Then split, okay, Terry?
Sure.
Bye, Chuck.
Guess I'm a little overdressed, huh?
Depends on what's underneath.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the guy has the weed, and then he's just told to split, and he's just like, okay. It's like,
I feel like all the acting in this little scene was terrible.
it's pretty bad. I feel like all of these dudes were, as somebody said earlier, these are like fucking production guys' kids.
You're right.
So here's where we see her boobs. They've just had sex,
They're nice.
and
I like them.
and she's just there. They're just out, or whatever. And then the judge comes home, and you know he's swinging the golf club, and then we get a reoccurring fucking appearance of the Havocans. They're coming in for tea.
Oh,
right?
is that them? I
Yeah.
didn't even realize
I
that
didn't
was
put that
them.
The
together.
Havocans are coming in. They're just like, are we still having tea? And then
There's the tea.
fucking tea. That must be the tea.
You know that this sex scene with her topless?
Yeah.
She was coerced into doing this. She did not want to do it.
Oh, really?
Yes. So she said she wasn't going to do it. And Harold Ramis was like, okay, yeah, you don't have to do it. It's fine. And then one of the producers, I don't know who it was, pulled her into another room, talked to her.
I was like, well, you already showed your nips.
And
What's the big deal?
so she did it. I guess it turns out he was like, you'll do it or you never work again.
Wow.
Jesus
like
Christ.
theatrical
Yeah.
rape.
Yeah, it was pretty terrible.
Yeah,
No, that's a violation
Yeah.
for sure. That'll
That's
give you
bad.
some psychological damage later in
yeah,
life.
that's not good. Apparently she did fine, but
Did she work after this?
I don't know.
I've never seen her in
Exactly.
It didn't
Yeah,
help.
this goes to show. I got told many, many times by Jive Records, you don't do this show. That's the end of your career. And
Jared
I'm
was like,
What'd you say?
most of the time
I did the topless scene.
Most of the time I did the show, but I mean, there were times where it was like my kid's birthday, and I'm like, fuck it.
Yeah.
I don't care enough about it anymore.
195 yards left, and looks like he's got about an 8 on him. This crowd has gone deathly silent. Cinderella story, out of nowhere. A former greenskeeper now about to become the Masters champion. It looks like I'm a wreck. It's in the hole!
It's in the hole!
It's in the hole!
Hey, young fella, I was hoping to squeeze in 9 holes before this rain starts.
Certainly, Your Eminency.
I love the fucking, the preacher guy, whatever, walks up just like, there's somebody standing there. Carry this bag.
Yeah, that's privilege.
Dude,
that's white privilege.
That is some white privilege shit.
Every time I hear "it's in the hole," I think
it's in the hole.
I think, what's in the box?
You know,
I don't know why.
So this is one of
you
those.
think about what's in the box a lot.
It comes up a lot. People
You
ask
fucking think about that.
People ask what's in boxes a bunch.
Yeah.
You order a shit ton of stuff from Amazon.
I do.
What's in the fucking box,
Oh
Jared?
my God! What's
dog
in the
food?
box?
Why is it always dog food?
So in this scene, talking about ad-libbing, Harold Ramos is like, we want you to do this scene, and we want it to be like your sports, like announcing, and blah, blah, blah. And Bill Murray was like, okay, I know what I'm going to do. Put a bunch of mums or chrysanthemums, whatever those flowers were, plant them right here. I know what I'm going to do. So he like figured it all out.
Wow. See, and that's the genius of him anyway. I mean, because again,
yeah.
Anytime you're fucking around flowers like that, you just want to hit them. You know, it's in the hole.
That must be a boy thing.
I say it's in the hole.
We like to hit the ball.
And Cinderella story all
Cinderella
the time.
crowd is going wild.
Cinderella boy. All the time.
Former groundskeeper. Former groundskeeper.
What's going on with his dirty nipples shirt, though? That's
it's
disturbing.
so dirty.
Because his
Just
hands
on
are
the
dirty
nipples.
and he's touching himself
I
a lot.
guess so.
So this whole scene of
the bishop.
You know, he's out with the bishop, and it's just raining, and this guy's having the game of his life, and
which is ridiculous because there's no way you're hitting the ball that hard in the rain.
There's also literally no reason for this scene to be in the movie.
Other than it's just funny.
No,
as shit.
Agreed. But it has nothing to do with. So it had to have been based upon something that happened.
It was the Charlton Heston scene,
right?
Sure,
of the Ten Commandments.
Yeah.
So, but I think I'd keep playing. You know, I don't think the heavy stuff's going to come down for a while.
I love this scene.
And so anytime, like, if you're like, anytime it rains, I'm like, I don't think the heavy stuff's going to come down for a while. Like, I mean, that's what you fucking say, right? And the music is so amazing. It's just so epic and just badass. All right. Then we find out that our Irish fucking exchange student is pregnant.
Maybe.
She says to him, I'm late. Now, and also, why?
What was she late for?
Why? Because he had sex with the judge's niece. Does he have to sleep at the fucking golf course? That's another thing I don't understand. Why can't he go home? Like he's looking for him? So he sleeps on the bench in the fucking locker room, which, by the way, locker rooms are shit for this country club.
Yeah.
Also,
Just
way to pull a I'm pregnant because your boyfriend screwed the hottie
Just
down the
fuck
road.
somebody else, yeah.
By the way, guess what? You have about 3 to 5 days to freak the fuck out because I'm pissed.
I'm late for not being pregnant.
So, did you guys see the poster behind them in this locker room?
No.
There was a poster on the wall.
No.
It had 2 girls on it. So I noticed it
and
right
one
off the bat. It had a very attractive girl, and then it had what typically maybe not so attractive girl on the other side, and they're standing next to each other. And above it, it said how to rate girls.
Ah.
And I actually found it on the internet, and it was hard because it's actually someone took a picture of the poster that was on their desk
And zoomed in on it.
and it's barely.
You didn't have it in your room.
And well, then they took it probably in the early 2000s before HD cameras were around because I could barely read most of it. But basically, it says how to rate girls, and it's got an attractive and an unattractive on both sides, and it was basically comparing and saying, you know, this girl is ugly because of this girl's pretty of this, and it basically gives you a rating system. So there's 12 criteria on the poster. It's hair, eyes, cheeks or facial skin, teeth, boobs, armpits.
Armpits?
Yeah, armpits, midriff area, abs or whatever. Oh, and then the sides, the contours of the sides.
Love handles.
Hips. Yeah. And
Not
then,
everybody has handles, but thank you for loving me.
And then the butt, the thigh, the knee, and then the toes, the feet. And so there's 12. And so what you're supposed to do, according to this thing, is you rate each one of those items on the girl, one by one, on a 0 to 10 basis.
And you average it out?
And then you average it out. And so 0 to 3, Sui, a real hog.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
All-time queen of the Polish prom.
I'm not certain that this is fucking okay anymore.
I'm just reading what's on the thing.
No, I'm saying keep going.
Oh, no, it's not okay. Now, sure. Everyone's beautiful. All the girls love her, 4 to 6.
Beautiful snowflakes.
Yeah,
participation trophies.
1, 3 blue ribbons at the science fair. 7 through 9, the one you take home to mom, which I completely agree with. Probably marry her and then turn the lights out and dream of number 10.
I think it'd be interesting for you to take this and just give your rating on other movies based on this horribly sexist
We need to
scale.
do a bit where Rich does a Caddyshack scale every movie
That's
for
what
the
I'm
main
saying.
character. Yeah.
Done.
Yeah. Number 10, Mind Blower, Fox of Foxes. If you find this one, please call us night or day, toll free. Congratulations. Anyway, I just thought that was funny because I just noticed it. I was like, what the hell is that poster? And so I Googled it and found it.
Now you have a scale to base your life on.
That's right.
All right, so are you done with that whole thing?
Yeah.
Are you fucking done, Rich?
Awesome. Let's talk about how annoying the fucking exchange student lady is.
Oh, the worst.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Oh, that's all I need. The fucking worst.
And the crazy facial expressions.
It's
Just
like she's
the
doing
worst.
like an imitation of someone.
Yeah,
from
it's
that.
just
It's
the
really bad.
fucking worst. Is there something about granny panties kind of sometimes? Like those
I
white...
knew you were going to say that.
That you like them?
Maybe. I mean, maybe the white granny panty thing. I think so.
I don't own any of those, so it's not
I
me.
think they're.
No, I like the ones that we buy you. Like, and we're on a fucking roll now.
I think they're super sexy depending on the body that's on them.
Jared says we because he's very involved in my underwear buying because I am trying to learn how to be a grown up.
That's true.
And so I'm like, I'm like walking through Vegas about to die. He's like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, "Oh, this bra's been too small for like 5 years." And he's like, "Jesus Christ!"
Yeah, let's go buy a bra.
So is it cotton or the silk granny panty?
Those weren't they the cotton
They were
ones?
like white cotton panties.
Yeah. I don't like the silk ones. I think those are kind of gross.
Cotton, I agree.
Yeah,
There's
cotton.
cotton on the inside, babe.
No, just on the little spot. But
Yeah.
no, we're talking about like the.
I'm saying, is that why you think they're gross?
No. I just think the satin ones are just. It's just like it's like you're. It's not okay. It's like a sheet.
It's not for you, Jared. It's for the woman.
Yeah. Well, there you go. I don't know. We can get back into that if you guys want to.
The smaller the panty, the better.
Really?
So no panties?
Yeah, but that doesn't make any sense though. Like, what if the girl needs like?
My first wife stopped wearing panties after a while. She just quit wearing them.
She gave up on life.
I went commando for
She went
several
from
years.
regular. Well, she went from granny to regular to thong to just nothing.
I will say, as a female, that like I feel fortunate to be part of the generation where like when I first started wearing like real adult woman underwear, like it all had to be like a tiny little triangle and like a G-string for some reason.
Right.
And now they're allowed to be as big as you fucking want. They're like full on
They
shorts.
could be little
and everybody
little
likes
boy
that.
shorts.
You
I don't
call-
really
no, not
understand.
little boy
Like,
shorts.
what
That's
is
what he calls them. It's creepy.
What is the problem? Or no, I'm sorry. Let me think about this again. I don't really understand like the dental floss panties. Like, what's the point?
There's no panty line.
No lines.
There's no line.
Totally get that.
Okay,
but
then you're
why?
done.
Why have anything?
That's why you because
Because you don't want your juices to flow
that
out
is
all over your.
disgusting.
No?
Cut that out, Rich.
No, you can't cut that out.
Jesus Christ.
I've had women tell me before that they're more comfortable for them.
Yeah,
Depends on what you're wearing.
I've heard that they're hard to get used to, but once you get used to them, they're much more comfortable.
How's a G-string more comfortable?
Plus,
Yeah,
it's
up
honestly,
your butt.
Here's the deal. Y'all
Does
have
it feel
all
like
your
you have to
locker room stories as a girl in 6th grade. You go to the locker room and there's one girl that's like, what the fuck is that? And it is a thong and nobody knows what to do and everybody goes into a panic. And then by 7th grade, like everybody has to wear them because that one girl in 6th grade had one.
Yeah.
And you just
and we worship
power
that girl.
through.
What's her name?
Bridget.
We need to put her on a plaque.
Her name's Bridget.
A lot of times it is.
It
actually
really
Bridget.
was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
A lot of times it could be Bridget.
Yeah. Thank you, Bridget.
Yeah.
She's a
Thank
fucking real
you.
bitch
You think there's
now.
a plaque on the wall of the
There
gym?
better be.
What do you guys think the top 5 names are for that girl? By the way.
That was really her name.
Okay, Bridget is number 1. Anybody else?
Oh, there's got to be a Jennifer.
Jennifer for sure. April. So it's got to be in April.
Ew, these are definitely like people that are 40 now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
My generation.
Because there's no more Jennifers. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Me and Emma just had this talk. There's no Sherrys or fucking Barbaras or Jennifers.
My generation, it was always a Brittany, always a Katie, always a Lexi.
Oh my God, Lexi. Jesus Christ.
We had Lexis. Their name was like Alexandra, but those went by Lexi.
I fucking invented Zoe. No one named their kid Zoe. I pulled it out of the blue.
I knew a few Zoes.
I didn't know any Zoes. Named her Zoe.
There's a child show about that.
This was 17 years ago.
Okay, understood.
I do get that. Whenever I named Everett, I knew one Everett my whole life.
I fucking started
and I barely even knew him, right? And now, anytime where we go, I just took the whole neighborhood, took all the kids to the little trampoline park, right? Everywhere I was going, someone was going, Everett! Like angry mom voice, and I'm like, fuck, what did he do? And it's not my kid. They're everywhere. It just happens.
Yeah, I have a friend in Virginia. Her son's name is Everett.
Yeah, well, she sounds like a real bitch.
That would work, and I'm going to call you if I need that help.
But seriously, no BS. You ever want to rap or anything? Just talk or just, get weird with somebody. Buddies for life, I think.
I'll drop by. You drop by my place anytime.
What's your address over there? You're on Briar, right?
Briar, 2.
You got a pool over there?
We have a pond in the back. We have a pool and a pond. A
pond would be better for you.
Natural spring.
Oh, yeah, or the pool or a pond. Anything would be good. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to clean this up.
You go ahead, clean up a little bit. It looks fine to me. Thanks for the dope.
Dude.
I never bought the fact that you kept trying to sell about them hating each other until I watched the scene and I go, I can kind of see it. I can kind of see that they legit just don't like each other.
Let's do a little bit of backstory here. So we've talked about this on the podcast before.
They're very disengaged and dismissive.
And this is all ad lib.
They don't look like they're having fun.
But they're
with
both
each other.
amazing at what they do.
Right.
But okay, so a little bit of backstory here. Chevy Chase was on season 1 of Saturday Night Live. He was the golden boy. He was the guy. He was the news anchor and he was the anchor of the show. He left after 1 season, and Bill Murray was essentially brought in to replace him.
Right.
Now, Bill Murray then took the show to a different level and also made the rest of the people in the cast look great by making it more of an ensemble.
Mm-hmm.
So let's fast forward, and I'm just going to read you something if that's okay. This is from an article called People Chevy Chase Pissed Off. Right? Okay. Who he pissed off? Bill Murray. All right. How? According to Chevy, John Belushi had spent a lot of time poisoning the cast against him. In particular, Bill Murray. So apparently John Belushi was not a fan, right? All right. So who was more? So Bill Murray was the replacement of him on the show. Bill apparently confronted Chevy about something, possibly the Weekend Update situation, meaning him being like the guy on Weekend Update. Because Chevy Chase was the fucking Weekend Update guy. He's like the guy that created that whole thing. All right. So they traded words, right? Murray told Chase to go home and fuck his wife, and Chase told Murray that his face looked like something Neil Armstrong had landed on.
Oh!
Yeah. So,
snap yo.
Jesus Christ. It got raw, right? So the confrontation turned physical. So Chase's account is they have a fight live from New York. It's hilarious. Both of them are self-serving, yada, yada. So upper middle class, 14th generation New Yorker Chevy Chase is like, it's not like I haven't been in a fight before.
Mm-hmm.
But Bill Murray is from the fucking south side of Chicago. Like, this guy is also a scrapper. So apparently they got into a fight. So years later, they had made up. But Bill Murray, referring to Chevy Chase, said this in an interview. Okay, ready?
Mm-hmm.
When you become famous, you've got like a year or two where you can act like a real asshole. You can't help yourself. It happens to everybody. You've got like 2 years to pull it together, or it's permanent. So he was talking about Chevy Chase and basically referring to the fact that maybe he pulled it together or whatever. But these two fucking guys hated each other.
Yeah.
From all accounts from the set, they were professional. They got along, and everything was fine.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Interesting.
And I'm sure because I bet they were getting paid.
But, I mean, can't you see it in the scene that they really didn't have... They were doing their own thing, and they literally didn't care about the other person.
There wasn't a lot of eye contact.
Yeah, it was
Definitely
just kind
not.
of very dismissive, very standoffish.
Yeah.
I'm doing my shtick. I'm feeding off of you, but I'm not like... There's not like a chemistry back and forth like
and maybe that's what made the magic.
Comedy duos tend to have.
Maybe that's what made the magic, though. Maybe that's why it seemed...
I didn't think that scene was magical.
Man, I did. And I think Bill Murray's rants are so fucking amazing. And then just Chevy just taking the ball and just hitting it back. He's just hitting it back. You know what I mean? Like, I just think, to me, this isn't the whole movie, but this is the whole movie for me now. Because just watching them act and just be there in that moment is just so good. And they're so fucking great at what they do. I mean, like the whole...
I agree with that. Yep.
The whole weed thing. And then he's just like, cannonball. Is that what it was? Cannonball? Where he's just like, okay, and then take some more of this. And he's like, I don't really want that anymore. Okay, no, cannonball. It's so insanely great. And then he goes, I'm just going to clean up around here. And gets a leaf blower and just starts leaf blowing the wall.
All right, Smells, that's 80 grand. Now fork it over.
Give you nothing, absolutely. You understand? Nothing.
I figured as much. Hey, Moose, Rocco, help the judge find his checkbook, will you?
Oh, well, there I will.
Hey, everybody, we're all going to get laid.
All right, let me hear it, Rich. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on Caddyshack?
It's still a beloved movie to me. I think the one-liners are insanely good. It's a iconic movie. It just is. Mm-hmm. I just didn't think it held up as well.
Yeah.
And mostly for the lack of a real plot. That was really it. I mean, otherwise, it's still great.
Yeah.
It's still great, but watching it back in 2017, I don't think it holds up as well. I think Fletch.
Right, but apples and oranges. But you're just saying that I get it. I actually am going to agree with you. I just remember this being so funny and it's a short movie and there's just so much space and just even between jokes and stuff. And
right.
Well, before we watched this, he was like, oh, this is such an easy watch. It goes by so fast. And I don't think you felt that whenever you watched it.
I didn't. I thought it was great. I just remember it being...
snappier.
Greater?
Yeah, snappier is a great thing. But, I mean, we had 6 all-time fucking great one-liners in this thing where, shit that we all say all the time. I mean, then I thought that, again, it's 1980. It's just a long time ago.
Yeah.
Great fucking movie. Should be among the greatest movies of all time, for sure. Just a different watch at 44 in 2017,
I mean, how many laugh-out-loud moments did you have?
This watch?
Well, I say initially.
Oh, initially, a lot. And I didn't really get all the jokes, so each time I would watch it as a kid, I would laugh more.
When I was a kid, I laughed my ass off when he ate that candy bar.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
When I was a kid.
Exactly. Yeah.
But
I mean, I don't know. Will, where are you on this?
I'm right there with you guys. I mean, I think it's iconic. I think there are a lot of scenes that are amazing between the characters. As a movie, I thought it kind of sucked. I liked a bunch of the scenes, and I thought there were a lot of funny parts, especially when I was a kid, and I remembered them.
Right.
But I think the movie doesn't hold up very well at all.
Yeah.
I actually thought, as I was watching it, I wondered if my wife would like it. And then I remembered that she basically likes everything that I like. So.
And I'm just easily entertained.
Yeah.
I really am. It takes a lot for me to go, this movie sucks.
Yeah. So, John, you say this is one of your favorite movies of all time. And you sat and watched it today. Mm-hmm. And what is your review?
Well, I don't think it's going to really hold up today. For me, it does.
Yeah.
For me,
because you have the memories of watching.
For me, it's a stop down.
Yeah.
But like we said, that those movies, especially like in 1980, I mean, there was like Airplane,
right?
Came out in 1980,
which is number one in the laugh per minute movies.
Which 100%, if we fucking did that movie,
it'd be 10 hours long.
It'll be 10 hours long.
Let's check the email box. Email us at jaredgoestothemovies@gmail.com.
Hi, guys. In the mailbag this week, we have Nigel Watson writing this. Hi, guys. I just want to thank you for helping me through the early mornings during the week. I'm up at 4:30 a.m. to start work, listening to your amazing podcast while I vacuum and mop the floors. It keeps me sane. As for the movies, maybe Tango and Cash or Demolition Man, just for some Sandra Bullock loving. God, she's looks so hot and futuristic police uniform. Futuristic, sorry. Take care, guys. You're all freaking amazing. All right. Thank you, Nigel, for the... you know what? I'm so happy that we get to make you happy while you're vacuuming floors. And
hell yeah.
Let's check the Facebook page.
So many Facebook messages this week. If you want to find us on Facebook, you can find us easily. Just go to Jaret Goes to the Movies. That's where we're at. It's fucking crazy. It's like the name of our show, and that's our Facebook address. Nicola Willis, she writes this. Hiya. Just to let you know, we found your podcast a few months back while searching movie podcasts. You guys by far are the funniest. We, my husband and I, now listen to every podcast. Oh, we listen to your podcast every night. We were wondering if you will ever do the movie Coming to America. There are other reviews out there, but one would be a great listen if you guys did it. Keep up the amazing work. Thank you, Nicola. We will 100% do Coming to America. I mean, I
like that movie.
Yeah, you guys are going to love this place.
They're from...
it's a real shithole.
Her and her husband live in Perth, Australia.
Oh, I love that. That's amazing. I actually sometimes tweet that I've just washed the royal penis, and
the royal penis is clean.
Yeah. So thank you, Nicola. You guys are great. By the way, any and all of you guys writing to us is great because Rich actually fucking reads this shit. It's fucking great. All right,
I don't have a login, so I can't. But
Les Zalewski.
This is the Les we talked about on the last one.
Oh, it's Leslie.
It's Leslie, yeah.
Oh, okay. Hi, Rich. I listened to the Contact episode, and yes, Les, short for Leslie, Jaret, was on my Zoldar podcast way back in the day, living... Oh, I remember this guy. Oh, holy shit.
Detroit.com?
I remember this guy. Ask him about that. It was way back in March 2011. Unfortunately, the link is broken if you go to Google Zoldar Jaret. No, I do remember that, actually.
If you Google search Zoldar Jaret, it's the first link, and you can listen.
Right, and I do remember that. I was still living at the house in Highland Village, and and it was actually an amazing podcast. This guy is a great interviewer and very much fun. John Evans writes this. Regarding the Pretty in Pink episode, sorry, I'm catching up. Thanks, Rich, for trying to shit all over one of my most defining movies of my high school years. Funny story, my girlfriend at the time... Tanya. We're just going to call her Tone Loke. Actually broke up with me by reciting the lyrics to If You Leave in a Note.
Wow.
What a fucking bitch. I'm glad her name is Tone Loke.
You need to ask my dad about him calling a girl and breaking up with her in song lyrics.
I want you to fucking tell me what he did.
I went to high school with John Evans that wrote that. Yeah, he's from my high school.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. I've never broken up with a girl with song lyrics, but I have written song lyrics about a girl I've broken up with.
My wife broke up with me. Before we got married, my wife broke up with me.
No way.
And then I hand wrote Amanda by Boston and got her back.
Is that her name?
It worked.
Her name is Amanda.
That helps.
And it worked.
That does help.
Did she know it was a song already, or she thought you were like being poetic?
She probably thought I was being poetic.
And it worked.
John Newart writes this. Any chance of a live podcast on the Warped Tour cruise? There is a chance of that if Rich buys a ticket.
I will buy it
to the Warped Tour.
Are you going
cruise.
to the Warped Tour cruise?
Yeah, I can do that.
You can teach me how to not know how to dance some more.
We can fucking figure that out.
Does that mean I have to come on the tour too?
I was trying to teach
Oh,
her how to
shit.
two-step.
Come on,
Jesus
the cruise.
Christ, we got to get Will on the cruise too. Now what?
You know what? Simone actually asked me, should we go on the cruise?
You should totally go on the cruise. Dude, we should make this a thing.
They have rooms that y'all can stay in constantly?
You mean the two of us, we could be
Yeah.
in the room?
Here's the deal: that the only thing about you and Simone going on the cruise is that, like, I don't care what y'all think about me, but like, I want your wife to still respect me because I like her and she's like a good person.
And she gets hammered.
What's going to happen?
And I have a tendency to get to have all the fun I can.
She's good at having fun.
Yeah,
all the time.
Totally.
Who's going to dog watch?
And I think am I getting sent to bed?
No, you're fine. We just hadn't played that in a while.
I need
You
to go.
stay up now. It's so weird.
I shouldn't. Y'all should have sent me to bed like the last quarter of 50 Shades.
All right, YouTube comments. We've never had this. I didn't even fucking know we had a YouTube channel.
All of our people are on Facebook.
It's Johnny writes, Jaret Goes to the Movies is the best podcast ever, period. I see what's going on. I've almost been listening since 1985. Seriously, I'm gay for this podcast, and if anyone doesn't like it, they should shut up and smile. All right, I'm going to hang out with some friends of mine at the Smoothie King.
Do I need to make the text bigger on that too, like I did on your phone?
They put a bunch of It's Johnny put a bunch of my songs into the thing. It's fucking brilliant. Plus, I just fucking love the fact that we got a comment on YouTube. Right?
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jaret. Thank you so very much for listening to Jaret Goes to the Movies. I want to thank Rich for being the best ever. And also, I'm so happy that I found out that you're actually fun to be around.
Except for he posts all the fun on the internet the next day.
No, Casey hates that fucking shit. By the way.
Well, we'll talk about it.
All right. My lovely wife, Casey. Thank you, Will, for being here. John, you have been great. Anybody ever call you John Hinkle Jr. just to fuck with you about trying to shoot the president?
John Hinckley all the time.
Yeah, John Hinkle Jr. I think that's fucking funny, right? It's fucking funny. My name is Jaret. I am possibly the greatest human being of all time. And
It is possible.
take it. You can find us on the web at
And
Jaret
the least
Goes
racist.
100%. You can find us on the web at JaretGoesToTheMovies.com. We are at Jaret Movies, Jaret Movies, on Twitter and Instagram. Find us on Facebook, YouTube, Reddit. I don't even know what Reddit is, but we're on there. My name is Jaret Reddit. Pinterest, Patreon, Google Plus, and Tumblr by searching Jaret Goes to the Movies, Jaret Goes to the Movies. Find me on the socials by using Jaret2113. Find Rich on the socials by using Rich Coleman TX. You can also find Casey on the socials by using CASEYYANT. And find Will on all the socials using WILVARK. Will with one L. Because the other L goes to Liam. Otherwise, his name would be Will I Am.
Which is taken.
That's
and
next
it's
week.
fucking taken. No, and he would have all the money. Because he'd be in the fucking Black Eyed Peas. John, do you have any socials that you want to plug, or are you just happy to be here?
Just happy to be here.
Just happy to be here. I want to thank John Hinkle Jr. for being here and for not killing the President of the United States when I was in the 3rd grade. I think that's about it, man. Guys, seriously, this has been a lot of fun. It's been a long day. We've done it again. Anything else you want to add, Rich?
Thanks.
You can't shake your head as part of the podcast. That's not even a thing.
I'm on video now.
Oh, you are. That's right. But not everybody gets video. We'll be video soon, though, right?
Yeah. As soon as you get internets.
We need better internet. Right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for listening to Jaret Goes to the Movies. This is a highlight of my week every single week. And it's all because you guys listen and Rich shows up. We will see you guys down the road.